All right, big and excellent. Let me check if the Vine Boom is working. Beautiful. It is. At the right volume, too. Fucking Excelsior. Okay. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. We're not live on TikTok because that platform is dead to me. I'm going to pop out YouTube chat. And then, Anamar, thank you for the Twitch follow, but 30 minutes ago. Maybe you're still waiting around, maybe not. Morahan, what's up? How you doing? Alec, welcome to the stream. And then Morahan, I see you are going today. Hello, Hellcat. Hello, Lightning. Lodell, how are you doing today? Bob, I'm doing all right. I'm making progress on my neck pain. Not tremendous progress, but non-zero progress. I heard the word free. Gecko Gaming, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 9th month in a row. I paused my gacha gaming while stuck at work to come to this. Well, what is this stream if not a gacha game? Because we will have a raffle in which you could win a free deck roast. That's like gacha gaming. We're going to do it at the end, and we're going to do it at the end after we get everybody else's deck roast done. It's going to be a marbles raffle. So we do have to stay on track. Did I miss the commissions again? No, you have not. We are about to put them live. Trick, sure. I don't think nobody else sent in any like hard scheduling constraints, so we can open up with you. Herons, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity for the 13th month in a row. Is that including the channel point redeem thing? No, because I haven't figured out exactly how many channel points I want to make the redeem. And so, as we talked about previously, the way the free roast raffles are going to work is we will have a raffle at a random point throughout the stream, or if somebody buys a free roast with channel points, that claims the raffle for the day. You cannot yet buy a roast with channel points, so today we're trying out the raffle just to see how it works time-wise. But in the future, it is one or the other. We will not both do a raffle and sell one for channel points. Crazy Slots, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to the dog home. An Unseen Door, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome back to the dog home for the 9th month in a row. What about 100k for no reason at all? I think 60k. I like both of those, but what I like better than either of those is compromise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it 160k. Is that good? That sounds good to me. And we are going to set the commissions live on Ko-Fi for the week, and then we'll do the manual ad break, and then it will be Trickonometry's time. All right, and then Whitebread asked, how long have deck reviews sold out compared to deck roasts? Can you elaborate on what you mean by how long? Do you mean like how quickly do deck reviews sell out compared to deck roasts? Do you mean how long have they been selling out? Da 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 da. Like what is the quality you want to compare between the two? How quickly? First week they were much slower. I think now they actually sell out faster. Let me look for the previous week. Sold out. I'm in the wrong email. Sold out. Oh, okay. So, according to Ko-Fi, it's a little bit slower, but this is with we sold 7 of these and we were only selling 4 of the roast. So the Sunday Commander deck roast took 16 minutes to sell out. The reviews took 22 minutes to sell out. So they're selling out either like exactly the same, or the reviews are selling out a little bit quicker on a like per stock basis, because we sell almost twice as many reviews as we do roasts. And then if we go to the week before, that sold out in Okay, so they sell out a little bit behind the roasts, but they do sell out about as quickly. Oh, hell yeah, Matty Ice, thank you. And Army Hitch, thank you for the 75 streams in a row. Welcome to the dog park. In celebration of 75, I humbly request for you to watch my marble during the race until it inevitably dies. Oh, hell yeah. Do I need to have the primer ready when I buy an off-stream slot, or is there a way to submit a few hours or so later? So when you do the off-stream or the on-stream deck review, the way both of those work is in the post-purchase message on Ko-Fi, there is a Google form. In that Google form, there is a spot for your primer. You can submit that Google form whenever. If it's for an on-stream deck roast, I only need it by the time the stream is happening. If it's for an off-stream deck review, you get that to me whenever you want the deck reviewed. Like, it can be a day late, it can be a week late, so long as you're not hassling me about why is the deck not reviewed, it doesn't bother me if you take some time to type up the primer. What product is essentially you fixing what can only be described as a babbling fool's hand full of do stuff nonsense? I'm not good at building decks, but I want to be good. That's the review for sure. Like the way to think of it is all right, review versus roast. On the spectrum of help on one side and funny on the other side, the reviews are gonna fall like here. I personally cannot offer you a product in which I am not trying to be a little bit funny. I can't do it. I'm a bitchy, corny person. So I'm probably gonna make some type of reference. I'm probably gonna make some type of joke. I'm probably gonna laugh at like a card you picked or a tag you picked. I'm probably gonna call you, a bitch, a fool, a goober, a coper, a gambling addict at some point, no matter what we're doing. But I would say the review, 80% help, 20% funny. The roast, 80 to 90% funny, 10% help. Or 10 to 20% help. The most help you can expect from the roast is identification of where my biggest problems are. And I will still seek to give you a couple cards that might be helpful. But if you're like, I do not understand how to build a deck that is consistent and does the thing I want. If I do not understand how to build a deck that is consistent and does the thing I want, you want a review. If you are like, I have built a deck that is inconsistent and doesn't do too well, but I love it and I want other people to experience it, then you still want to roast. If you're like, I like this deck a lot, I think it's missing a little bit of zazz, but it has, it has card draw, it has ramp if it needs it, it has removal if it needs it. I'm just missing I just need a little zaza, Then you want to roast. Or if you want no help at all and you just want to hear me scream and shout about how many times you can copy Ouroboros, Customs is not today, Helios. Customs is tomorrow. Okay, and then missed a ton of subs going through that. Hilroy, thank you for the 19 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Cobalt the Kobold, thank you for the 10 streams in a row. Slaughter Rex, thank you for the Twitch follow. Life of Shade, thank you for the 8 months with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. And Shoulda, thank you for the 8 months. Welcome back to the dog home. Also, My Incurables, thank you for the follow. Christmas, thank you for the 75 streams in a row. And Entario, thank you for the 70 streams. Helios, yes, the 3,000 point redeem still valid. But the custom card review stream is happening tomorrow with Elk. Autism, don't worry about it. Life is like that sometimes. All right, now I actually have to set the redeems for this coming week live because I have not done that yet. Lulu, to your earlier question on YouTube chat, this is when they go live. I am generally making the streams live, or I'm making the Ko-Fi commissions live either right before or right after we go live here. So we'll do the Commander deck review not streamed first. I don't know yet, Jace's cat. Tinfoil Slacks, Omen Machine is a very, very funny card. The Grumpy Dude, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 5th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. I went back to one of my old favorite Commander decks and discovered it only had 32 lands. Splendid. That, listen, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, all right? You can get away. I recently recommended that a deck go down to 32. It was for a Gwenum deck that was trying to combo off, so like, you know, grain of salt and all that. All right, the Sunday roasts are good now. And then we will be doing Wednesday roast this week too. What's this about raffling toast? We're raffling a free deck roast. No, I put an R in there. You won't trick me. We are at the end of the paid roast today. We are going to do a marble raffle for a free deck roast. Hey, thank you very much, Brent Medford. I'm hoping to get back to more of that work. Yeah, I want to get back to doing shorts again, which I have a little bit more confidence we'll get back into this week. Tier the Prophet, thank you for the 7 months at Tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home, my friend. Heard something about Commander bans and unbans coming out right now. Thoughts? Ban a card right now. Ristic study, easily. And I won't spoil too much of it. There was a video I tried to do for this that I gave up on like late Friday night, because to get it done in time, I would have needed to like stay up all night, and the video would have been not good enough, quite frankly. And so but I might make it the next time we do there's a ban list thing. Because here's what I was working on. I'm sure you can glean the entire context of the video from these 3 slides. Unban primetime? I think you could unban primetime. I think you could. Personal question from Spellbreaker: is there going to be a fixing the Ashling precon video, or was that scrapped? It's too late / out of the public consciousness. First, Old Head, thank you very much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that very much. For the fixing the Ashling precon video, it lives on the VOD channel, and I think quite frankly it's scrapped for cutting down, because it's a if I ever here's the like. Also, a tired veteran, thank you for the 5 tier 1 subs. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that generosity so much. Here is the I guess ladder of success. For me to cut down a video, it has to be like I think I have to be confident that it's gonna do 60,000 views. If it does any less than 60,000 views, it means that it is a net financial negative for me. And I already posted the like 2.5 hour version of that video on the VOD channel, and it got like 20,000, which seems pretty good. And I think the thing I'm grappling with the most on it is there is a degree to which when you put a video out on the internet, you have to accept people aren't going to understand the thing you tried to do. Like, they're not going to hear your point perfectly. They are not going to understand and respect your angle perfectly. They're always going to misinterpret some part of the video, because we are humans attempting to communicate to other humans, and sometimes it's distracted humans watching your video while they like eat ramen or something. They're not paying very close attention. But with Ashling, I think what was getting lost in the sauce, even when it came out, and I think is only getting more and more lost in the sauce. Trickonometry, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Welcome to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. And I am going to tie it up here and go blow my nose, because I know we have to get to Trickonometry's deck roast so that they can go to their Super Bowl watch party. What I think is getting more and more tied up is I truly despise the Ashling precon, but not because it can't win a game. I think the play pattern is deeply unhealthy, and I think if you're a new player and that's your first deck, it teaches you some of the worst fucking fundamentals and play patterns and political experiences you could possibly have playing Magic. That's a lot of my beef with it. And I think most of the internet sentiment is just like, but Avenger of Zendikar for 4 mana is so strong. But you could, but if I made 2 swaps, you could combo through the whole deck. Why do you think that's not good? And there's only so much patience I have to kind of wade through that, and it has to be in service of a really compelling point. So for videos like the reality of the bracket system, or the reality of the bracket system, or the Hasbro lawsuit explanation, I was like, okay, people are getting this really wrong. They're still going to misunderstand me. They're still going to misinterpret me, but they've gotten something that is fairly important so wrong that any correction I can make is worth it, and I'm going to enjoy making it. For the Ashling precon, I think people are still getting it really wrong. But ultimately, what they are getting wrong is a matter of taste. Some people like Do Nothing Solitaire Commander. Ashling is a perfect precon for those people. And so I don't really have a strong desire to fight through all of the like bad faith argumentation when it's really just for when the end point is just, oh, it's not my flavor of card game. I have so much other shit that's more compelling to me than that. And then on top of that, filming the video about it isn't like really creatively satisfying. It's just the deck building process, and then I have to pay Mango to get that video made. Uh, so it's pretty scrapped at this point because it's not a video that I think is deeply important. It's not a filming process that I'm gonna find creatively fulfilling, and it is very unlikely to be a financial success. And I need one of those to happen for me to want to make a video. The mechanism, the paid deck reviews just went live. Undermine, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. The deck reviews and roasts just went live at this link. They go live every Sunday at noon. There are, let's see, the roasts for this coming Sunday are sold out. There are 2 slots left for the Wednesday roast, and then there are 3 deck reviews left that are not streamed and are less funny, more helpful. Little Mix Doom, thank you for the 100-bit cheer. I bought a deck review that uses custom commanders. I messaged you the partners. Good fucking god. Get fucking undermined, bro. Just found you a couple days ago between Wolfgar and High Perfect Morcon. I don't have any more clean underwear. Send help. You gotta own more than 2 pairs of underwear, dog. Please. Please. Boss, important question. If I wanted to have a deck re-reviewed, how long would you like there to be between seeing the deck the first time and the second time? Does not matter. As long as you are cool with them getting like 2 or more weeks in terms of going public, that's fine. Like I won't publish them back to back, but I'll get the video to you quickly and I can look at it again. And if anything, seeing it close to the first one, it will have the first deck more in my memory. Mauld, I hope you know you're mogging elk in terms of views right now. Lunar Wings, uh, I can appreciate the sentiment behind that. I do want to be very careful about my language here. I super don't want us to get into the habit of comparing views between myself and other creators, particularly other creators who I like, because imposter syndrome is always waiting around the corner with the baseball bat to jump us, and so I do not want Elk and I's friendship to get poisoned with like actual view comparisons. That said, if I ever wasn't mogging Elk in terms of views, that would be a disaster. Unmitigated. Elk is entertaining. They're doing great. I hope for their continued success. If I am ever not miles ahead, there is a problem. Something is rotten in Denmark. An incident is occurring in Shibuya. Or Elk has hit like, if Elk hits like a crazy viral video, yeah, then it's still, I need to hit a crazy viral video. Fuck. Little Mix Doom, Ko-Fi message should be good enough, or yeah, Ko-Fi message should be fine. Starry-eyed, I've been pondering it heavily without it becoming like just a flicker deck, for lack of a better term. All right, I got something quirked up in my sinuses, white boy style, so I gotta go blow my nose, and then Trickonometry, we're gonna get you. Order for today. Oh, fuck me running. Okay. We are going Trickonometry, a tired veteran, Morahan, and Tonberry. I expect these all to be done around 2 or 2:30, and then for us to move on to the 3 roast raffle. If that timeline doesn't work for anybody, please Speak your piece now. I promise I'm paying attention. It's gonna look like I'm walking out of the room. I am paying attention. Tell me now and then never say it again. Don't worry. I'm always listening. I'm always listening. Yeah. Lightning Lodell. So here's what I realized. Are you guys ready for me to hold on. I think let me redact this really quick. Back and forth, wax on, 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 wax on. Alright. Can't make out any like emails or anything now. Oh, almost could. Okay. That should be good. So on my end, it looks like this with a bunch of columns for when did you purchase it, what's your handle, what's your email, what's the deck link, what's the primer, power level, improvements, blah 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 blah. And I realized there is no reason for me to be making a new form every month, and it can just be one continual form that I delete people's names off of as I finish their roast. So I'm gonna change the form to not even have December on it. What's this email say? I can't read Epsteinian. Sorry, every deck roast is emailed directly to the whitehouse.gov address. So that's why it hasn't been updated. Because in December I realized, oh wait, I've been making a new form every month for literally no reason. For no gain. For no benefit. Equating something as rotten in Denmark with the Shibuya incident is insane. It's such a Castle Super Beast thing to do. What the fuck is Castle Super Beast? How did Boros Dragons go? Was it fun, or were people spamming meta combo decks even in bronze and being lame? It fucking sucked. I'll be totally honest. It was genuinely terrible. But it was mostly terrible because it had a really, really bad matchup into control, and there were still a ton of control players on the ladder. Hey, loving the content. Curious if you've been playing other Magic formats like Pauper, Value Vintage, Pre-Modern, etc. I've played a decent bit of Pauper and Legacy because my Discord hosted tournaments and I casted them, and to cast them I wanted to have a little bit of knowledge about the format, and so I played a lot of practice games. I don't still play them, but I enjoyed Pauper and I enjoyed Legacy quite a lot. I've not played like Value Vintage or Pre-Modern or anything like that. Also, thank you so much, Run Home Jersey. That is incredibly kind of you, and I thank you for taking the time out of your day to type that up. I still play Limited, yeah. What was I playing in Pauper? I can't remember. I played a bunch of different decks. Pauper, like Legacy, I was playing Death and Taxes because I liked it. Pauper, I was bouncing around because I wanted to I wanted to have a surface level understanding of like all of the meta decks so that I could talk about them. Talk about like, oh, this is what they want to draw. Oh, is this a good or bad position for them? Do they think they win late, or do they need to be winning in the next like turn or two to have a chance? Da 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 da. All right. No more ado. Trickonometry's deck. Oh, one more ado. The VOD channel's revenue is coming back up. If it holds at this level, we can cut the price. But it has to hold here. You see this dip? I have no fucking idea what happened here. If it goes back down to this, can't cut the price. We'll see. It's probably going to take like a month or two for it to really stabilize. But if viewership stays this high and I'm getting more than a review's worth of money every day, absolutely, I'll cut the price on y'all's end. So thank you all for watching that channel, for commenting. Those play buttons are when I upload something. So I went a few days without uploading stuff. I went 4 days. Little Mix Doom, only if the partners are short. Run Home Jersey, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home. I appreciate that generosity. Xavier, thank you for the 200 bits. 100%, I think the Blink Flash style is appropriate at bracket 3. If anything, you are going to be on the weaker end, which is why I called out Jubilation and said maybe this should just be Craterhoof. You definitely not going to be too much at bracket 3. It might be too annoying. Right, your pod might be like, fuck man, stop interrupting me, but it's not going to be too powerful. All right, there we go. Update's done. Trickonometry has sent in, right, you didn't fill out the Google form, but I grabbed it from the Ko-Fi message, so let's see what this is. Cecil's Fall and Redemption. That's a lot of words. I see bracket 2, bracket 3. I see fuck Voltron and equipment, which honestly, I respect. I had a friend who made a Cecil deck, and what they did for it was they taped 1,000,000 swords to Cecil, and then it was like, yeah, it worked, but it didn't feel like Cecil. It just felt like every other Voltron deck I'd ever seen. So I like that we're going, I'm not just going to tape 1,000,000 swords to the Orzhov Roomba. Fuck Bolus's Citadel, because I can't make it too easy on myself. We do have a primer. Okay. Absolutely the fuck not, brother. What? I said, brother, I said 20 words max. This is the diary entry from the night before you ask your crush out. Hold on, I can speed read. I can speed read. I was in 5th grade once. Give me a fucking minute. Give me a fucking minute. Nice, not necessary. Curve out aggressively. We got a combo! We have... You came into this stream and told me, don't worry, Maldhound. I've made this Cecil deck have personality. I didn't include any of the swords because I didn't want it to seem like a basic bitch Voltron deck. It is a knight deck. It is thematic. There is a vibe here. Clearly, I have tagged it thusly. By the way, the main way I win is the infinite combo snake. You piece of shit. Or the old white man. How dare you? How dare you? All right. I'm gonna interpret Veto and Enduring Tenacity as a cry for help, quite frankly. It's, you know what? I can almost get with the vibe. This is very like Merlin coded, right? The Vampire Advisor, the Enduring Tenacity, like, yeah, the magical snake is kind of like the woman in England that gives swords from a lake to figure out who should be king. Oh, true, Latino man. There we go. There we go. That makes it okay. Sorry, my fault. What I am flabbergasted by is that we have a deck that appears to be based entirely around like guys and gals who beat the shit out of you, and we were like, how on earth could I win this game? Clearly, I have to go infinite. Clearly, it's the only way. There's no other path to victory. I must get my combo snake and go ham. So I question. I wanted to hurt them with life gain. Why don't you hurt them with the 8 million guys who hurt them? Why is it not enough to hurt them by beating them to death? Why is that? So let's talk about another important thing I think we've confused here. If this is meant to be the theme, I think we have confused vibe and theme. Because if your theme is a million things that say life loss and a million things that say life gain, these are fine. Night Typal is an entirely different theme. If we want a coherent vibe, and the vibe being a paladin story of fall and redemption and the cadre of knights they lead, we got to get this fuck-ass Spaniard out of here. I mean, I think he can work. You could write Wattpad fanfic that makes it work, but it feels underwhelming to me. Let's exist in the world where you draw these naturally. You're not tutoring for them. The point of the deck is not the combo. But we go from the hero of my deck is Cecil. My deck's hero is Cecil. I'm going to hurt myself with Cecil, and then he is going to redeem himself, and then he and his army of knights are going to lead this like thundering crescendo, and I'm going to gain life all over you, and then you're going to die. But if I draw this card, then Cecil and the knights don't actually matter, and the next point of life gain or life loss kicks off a infinite ritual of sucking you to death. Right? It's very Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood of you. And so I don't think that, is it actually the Bloodthirsty Conqueror that's the issue? No, they are a knight and they are perfect actually. Vito and Snake is who I would kill. Specifically if you want Cecil and the knights to feel like the heroes, they have to be the one doing the murder. We can't have it be like, oh, ha 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 ha, I pinged you for 1, and now that I have a knight and Vito the suck monster, you're gonna get schlorped to death 1 life point at a time. Which again, it doesn't totally shatter the vibe, but personally, I would be cutting these in favor of other things that just let me beat people to death. Because we have like, we have so many guys that want, okay, knights and squires, all right. All right, the child soldier that I fucking kidnapped. Sorry, they're a changeling. The ooze soldier that I fucking kidnapped. Knights and squires. Alright, then we got some real knights. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, okay, the landfall put a counter on each. That's good. We do have Knights of the Round. Yeah. Vampire Knight, Human Knight Mercenary. Okay. No. Get Ooze Boy out of here. I tire of this. I swear to God, if you listen, if you want a functional Typal deck, go crazy with Mirror Entity. If you want a Typal deck that feels like something, that has emotion, that has a vibe to it, get Ooze Boy fucking hence. But the buffs! If only you were in a color that was like good. Do you want something that's exactly as morally bankrupt and just as effective and is actually on the night theme instead of just being an Ooze Boy who can shape himself into the night theme? Like, if only. Please, Scryfall. Please, Scryfall. Please, Scryfall. Holy shit. That's not true. What? Oh my God, my fault getting the... Like, they made the card straight for you. They made the card for you, bro. Did we have a Maskwood Nexus in here? Oh my lord. What on earth? Is this just to like tap 3, make a knight? Tap 3, gang press a civilian. For the Knights deck, maybe. We have a lot of banners, so like I almost rock with it. Bladehold makes soldiers, and they should be knights. We could grandfather them in. That makes knights. Adeline's making humans that we could make knights. Okay. Virtue of Loyalty. Well, that makes a knight, though. A measly 7 mana for our first body off Maskwood Nexus. This is bracket 2 and 3, alright? Let him waste some money. Let him waste some money. Yeah, so I think you don't have to agree with me here, Trickonometry, but this is where I get the most, like, the most sort of annoyingly autistic about it is changelings are not every creature type. Changelings are the creature type I gave up personally. Cathar's Crusade, because having constant counter updates will put my pod to sleep. You will have like 1 or 2 a turn. Put my pod to sleep. They are lying. They don't want to lose games of Magic, and they are trying to appeal to you wanting to be a cool dude. Like Cathar's Crusade, if you were with Adeline, maybe. If you really don't want to do it, I would recommend the actual Knight Crackerhoof as a finisher. I do think this deck does not seem very difficult to manage Cathar's Crusade with. The only card I think would be difficult to manage Cathar's Crusade with is Adeline. And even then, you just have to remember, okay, every time I attack, add 3. And then you just need to have dice on you. All right, we got other ways to make ourselves lose life. Sure, Timna. Yep. known, fair, and based card, Timna. Dark Confidant. All right, I think he fits the vibe. I don't know about this guy. I don't... The more I look at this fucking deck... Like, this is your deck through and through. You're showing me the veto combo. You're showing me the evil bat that brings me trinkets. You're showing me like 15 fucking removal spells. Like, I know it's a story about redemption, but we're digging really, really deep before we get to the redeeming. Oh, it's not overpowered. I'm just remarking on the energy. I don't think any of these cards are like OP busted. Like, even the combo is, I think, in the right power level. I'm just talking about how it, like, the mouthfeel, really. Are clone spells as fraudulent as changelings or not? I don't think so. I don't find clone spells fraudulent. But I love clone spells. We're on Dion, which is good. Oh, we're the fucking baddies, Hans. We have Keurig in this bitch. Hey, half your life rounded up, draw 4 cards. You're my fucking hero. You're my personal hero. This is awesome. I love that. All right, pay 3 life, put a counter on things. Perfect. All right, we got removal, we got card access, we have a lot of disruption. I like that. We have mass disruption, the redemption. Of course! How do I make my Knights deck interesting? Give me a white woman in distress for $500! Grey Merchant of Asphodel! Every army has their token zombie, I guess. That's my fault. That's my fault. Dread it, run from it. Grey Merchant of Asphodel always arrives. All right, we have Mangara. Bro, come on. Be real. I mean, you motherfuckers are gonna be like, what is he but a temporarily displaced knight? This is a motherfucker in a suit with a katana. I just think he's neat. Of course you do, Mr. Hitting myself to 1 life and then swapping him around. He's here because we abandoned the vibe and we were like, it would be hilarious if I got down to 10 life and then swapped somebody. He would be hilarious. Thank you, baby. And you're right, unfortunately. Tainted Sigil's funny as fuck. Okay. Okay. I'm having some thoughts. I think, overall, works super good. Even the places where you are breaking your rules on the vibe is like, it's for really Gary, Mr. Negative. He looks like a knight, I'll give you Kirik. Gary, Mr. Negative, the combo stuff. That's not very many, and it still kind of does. It's not like a 180. It's just like we're going from primary vibe to secondary or tertiary vibe. What worries me is we have no protection on like on a deck that is the most shootable guys ever. You have Cecil, the shootable white man, as your commander. And then his repertoire of other shootable white people. And we're doing very, very little. I've got a few indestructible givers. So you have Bastion Protector, who will only give it to Cecil, who I don't think you're as worried about Cecil as you are about getting board wiped. You have Legendaries have indestructible, which you have a decent amount of, but you're not on all legendaries. And then you have Knight Exemplar. So you have exactly 1 broad indestructible giver. Right, Kindred deck that loses to a board wipe, fork found in kitchen. Yeah, but then we're a Knight deck that doesn't understand the concept of a fucking shield. Please. Please, right? Am I going crazy? Like, I understand, oh, my dog and cat deck doesn't understand how to interact with a nuclear weapon. You are dudes in armor! Show me some armor! And so I think, let's talk about what you don't need before we talk more about what you do need. I don't think you want Toxic Deluge. I think if you want to board wipe, you have to be one-sided board wiping. Particularly, your opponents are the ones who want to Toxic Deluge you. I cannot fucking think of a reason where on 3 mana, you, Jonathan 1-drop, would ever be like, we gotta wipe this board right now, man! Holy shit! Holy fuck, we gotta stop him! Like, you're the guy who wants to curve out and then have your opponent go, oh shit, I need Toxic Deluge. So even if you want a board wipe here, it should be a more expensive, like, Hypel board wipe, or if you identify other things. Yeah, you could do Winnowing. You could do Winnowing, pick Knights, protect your own Knights. Same goes for Dam. Like, you got too excited by Toxic Deluge hurting me, fair call out. Yeah. Okay, I understand that. Still cut it, but I understand that. I think same goes for Dam. You do not need efficient board clears. You are the guy getting carted out by efficient board clears. You're not the one who needs to do it. You could definitely run Austere Command. Oh lord. What's our curve at? Oh yeah, it's not really a mana cliff, but we got like a pretty hard spike at 3. Yeah, sure, keep all of my creatures, mono green stompy deck, get out of here. Sick ass. Dam is mostly targeted removal with a Wrath if I fell behind. I think you should also be running probably less targeted removal. 12 if you're drawing good cards. I would rather see you put down more pressure But Austere Command will be very good for you. What does Knight of Grace and Knight of Malice do? Let me see. We don't need Knight of Grace. That's not good enough. We're not, I don't think we're so deep in our bag that we want to pick bad knights. No, 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 no. Okay. So let's talk about ramp too. I think for the most part, you want very little, if any, of this, particularly very little of the 2-drop mana rocks. I would be much more interested in seeing you like just curve out or just play. Let's see, is this a knight? I saw a thing in bold about like, should I commit to more threatening 2-drops? I think you probably should. Even Cleric, you have a couple of these already. Even this, which I don't think is like particularly crazy heat, but builds Cecil up into a bigger threat, which makes you lose life more quickly, or you can use it to buff like Adeline if it's not going to be safe for her to swing. I would rather see you curve out, which means that the mana values you care about are now really, I need to get to 3 mana, and then I need to get to 6 mana. Those are the important numbers, because at 3 mana, I can play like most of the shit in my deck, and at 6 mana, I can now double spell most of the shit in my deck. I can either go 4 and 2, or I can go 2 3s. And so to get to 6 mana, or more than 6 mana, I'm not convinced I want to give you Worn Power Stone. I kind of want to do something really stupid. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Spend only to cast monocolored spells of that color. That's going to kill us. That is going to kill us dead. What about something dumber? Is it worth playing this if we never station it? Yeah, you can definitely cut Soul Ring. I think Signet, Mind Stone, Orzhov Signet, Soul Ring, and Talisman of Hierarchy, these 5 can all go without thinking. Staff of Completion I really like because you can spend life. Keurig is just a good beater. Wind Crystal is very good to give your guys flying later on. But those other 5, those should just go for probably better 2-drops. If you want ramp, I think the things you want to ramp with are like Thrawn Dynamo or Firemind Vessel. You don't really want to take, or maybe Gilded Lotus, yeah. Actually, I like Gilded Lotus a lot. Because what Gilded Lotus says to me is, okay, on turn 5, I can play this, and then I can probably play a 3-mana spell with Gilded Lotus after. And then on future turns, I have 8 mana, and now I can double spell everything in my deck. Or I can play one of my big finishers. So like Gilded Lotus is actually the perfect ramp for you. You want to spend 4 mana or 5 mana to now no longer be limited by mana. I can't have 2 white 2-drops because I always play black mana on turn 1. Have you never heard of a dual land? Oh, this is gonna need some work. Oh boy! Yeah, but we always have to open with a swamp. Okay. So let's go mana value 2. Commander Orzhov type creature. Let's see if we can hold it to knights. We might have to go to like clerics or other useful types of guys. There's this guy which we're saying is out because we're not going to have 2 white. We're not doing equipments. Spirit would be very good. I think this fits the emotional vibe of the deck, and this is another very, very good protection piece. You lay this down early, and then anytime you need to, you have manaless. Hey, whole board, stop fucking with me. That's a vampire soldier, so that doesn't really come together until we get the Maskwood Nexus. Corpse Knight is technically a knight, but we're not really doing like infinite ETBs or anything. Bartolome is interesting. I am deeply unconvinced. I am deeply unconvinced that we make enough tokens for him to be crazy good, but it does let us do some interesting stuff in response to people trying to remove any of our important guys. Like I'm thinking most of what I'm thinking about is okay, if you shoot Cecil, I sack him in response. If Adeline's 1/1s aren't one Spaniard for another, I like how you're thinking. If Adeline's 1/1s aren't going to survive, I sack them. The myriad creatures from Battle Angels of Tyr, like my shapeshifters, if they're not going to do good. If I have to chump block with something, I can put it up as a blocker and then sack it. I'm not 100% convinced. This is like a big maybe in my mind, but I do like it. Soldier Mercenary, and then we're not doing Sir Ginger. We're not doing enough vampires for that. I'm not convinced on Sir Vondum. Sir Vondum really, really wants you to have a Flicker sub-theme. Like, he is vigilant. He has Vigilance Menace, which isn't nothing. But unless you have a lot of guys dying... Because if you get board wiped, he just gets board wiped with the rest of them. I would personally believe in Luminarch Aspirant more over him. Just like a Squire for my knight. Oh, true. This is a knight. Oh, this is a knight. It will get itself bigger, and then yeah, as Grumpy Dude, no, not Grumpy Dude, as Eric is saying, we will get a tutor out of it too, which is pretty fair. And then the other things I think you need are, what's the cross-dressing card? What's the where like Cloud's in drag? Or he's in a very pretty dress. It has Convoke, Clever Concealment. There we go. Perfect. Yes, you need this one. You need this art specifically. So Concealment will be very good. You have that. Is it in the deck already? Where do you have this tagged? Not in the deck yet. Okay. But the two priorities I would have, I would make a board that is worthy of being wiped, and then I would have probably 3 to 5 spells in the deck that can nope a board wipe. So the ones I'm going to recommend are Clever Concealment, Flawless Maneuver, Duty Beyond Death. We already recommended Selfless Spirit. And then there is one more. Where's this guy? You have Flash, you bitch. I know you do. I know you do. Oh, Nice try, bitch. I remember too much of your text box. Yeah, Guardian of Faith. A literal knight who has Flash, fits your typal, and will phase out your whole board. So I think if you get to that spot and then you have pretty good card draw, you can be pretty confident you're going to go like curve out. Maybe I will have a dead turn 2. Hopefully not with all these 2-drops we gave you. But I get to go Cecil, good 2-drop, good 3-drop, and then maybe I ramp. I want to have 3 good creatures on board, and then maybe I ramp, and then I have $1 million and I do whatever I want. But from there, I just beat everybody to death. I just beat everybody straight to death. And then I try to make sure that I'm holding at least one card that can that can save me if I do get board wiped. And then oh right, I'm so sorry I have to do this to you. I do this to everybody who has a like aggro or tempo deck. She doesn't say knight, she looks like one. She looks like one. Listen to me. Listen to me. She looks like one. And every time you hit, whole board go up. God bless Mother Drana. She's a freedom fighter. She is a freedom fighter. And then, oh, actually, hold on. This one's actually crazy for you. You can either clear, if you hear, think about it this way. If you hear the table talking like, oh yeah, you can just clear everybody's blockers out. And this looks so paladin coded. This looks so much like a divine intervention from Heliod or something coming in to save the day. I think the art's really on point for what you're doing. I think it's a very good mass disruption piece that could take over like that could take over like Dismember or something, to be like, instead of getting rid of one blocker, what if I just swept your shit off the board, beat you to death, and then I couldn't be hurt. So those are going to be the recommendations. I really like what you're doing here. I think you have a very coherent vibe. I think we are just a little bit, we're a little bit too timid for what an army of white men should be. You got to be a little bit arrogant. Be better than actual medieval knights, but you got to be a little full of yourself. I like what you've done with the place. I don't think we're totally at peak yet, because there's a lot of stuff we're throwing at you here. But I think you're well on the way to it, and I like a lot of what the deck does right now. And I think if we just stick to that like tempo, 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 and then I ramp in the late game if I need to, it's gonna be beautiful. And then it just comes down to luck of the draw. Do I get my finishers? Do I get my board wipe protection, or do they get the board wipe first? Sometimes you will get board wiped and you will just die, and that's okay. You got to be okay. If you're the knight, you have to be okay with charging into battle and the beast titan throws a rock at your head. Sometimes that just happens, but sometimes you get to be fucking Levi. So I hope you enjoyed. We're going to the manual ad break, and then we are going. Who the fuck are we going to? We're going to a tired veteran next. And they shall know no fear. For a 2-mana protection spell. This is okay. I think we have enough other options that we don't have to do this. And frankly, a lot of the suggestions we made are splitting the knight typal even further. So I would rather... just... Oh, this is only another. This is not all. Never mind. We don't need the dog, even though he looks like a knight. The name of the card is super good. It's like almost worth including on name alone. Why not Haystack? Because that's an assassin card, not a knight card. Get with it. Get with it. Paper Wizard, thank you for the tier 1. Welcome back to the dog. Welcome to the dog home for the first time. I appreciate that generosity. The Tinfoil, this is knight vibe. So we can have dudes that look like knights. I like Everybody Lives more than And They Shall Know No Fear. Dirty Dan, thank you for the Prime sub for the 11th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. Yeah, let's rip through a custom card or two. And then, all right, veteran, you're here. I know everybody's here. Morahan, you're also here. Tonberry, you're also here. How do I stop building combo decks? I'm broken. You stare into her eyes. You stare into the eyes of your savior. Boss, I need your advice. Should my first bracket 4 deck be Mono Black Aristocrats or is it Storm? Is it Storm for sure? Hunter the Lurker, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 9th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Hey boss, quick question. How often do you get resubmissions after previous roasts? I would say at least one deck I see a month. Probably about, yeah, maybe about one deck a month is somebody resubmitting a deck that has been roasted previously. All right. From Whitebread, we have Dunsparce, a 4-mana Jeskai 2/4. Ward, gift this creature's controller 2 cards. That's pretty funny. Whenever you draw one or more cards outside of the draw step, tap target creature you don't control and put that many stun counters on it. This ability triggers only once each turn. At the beginning of combat, you can pay 4 red to flip this into Dunsparce Extra Segmented. A 5/5 with flying, and whenever it attacks, it deals damage to defending player and target creature they control equal to the number of tapped creatures on the battlefield. That's pretty hot. I'm rocking with that. I'm rocking with that wild style. Very cool. Very cool. And then MLP said, any advice on a commander for a Formless Genesis secret commander deck? I don't know why. Why am I typing in the whole thing? My God. Make an XX where X is the number of land cards in your graveyard. I would not do Voja. I am most drawn to something that lets me sacrifice land. So I would think about like Hearthhole. I would think about any commander where I would be happy to run Hermit Druid and almost no basics. Because what I want to happen is I want to be on a deck that has like 42 lands. I want to have a ton of lands in the deck so I always have something to discard to retrace it. And I want to have something where I can Hermit Druid to dump it and a ton of lands into my graveyard. And so I want to be very, very low on basics too. And I want to be pretty high. I want to be pretty fucking high on self-mill. And so if I was doing self-mill, that pushes me towards Golgari or Jund. So that makes me think like Hearthhole. I don't think Koram does it enough. Marin wouldn't really care about it. Certainly not Tassiger. He's just way too good at other stuff. Probably about like 60 to 90 minutes. Autism Gaming. All right, from Little Mix Doom, we have Yu-Gi-Oh! Lesbians, who they have made an IRL deck for. IP Masquerena, a 3-mana Dimir 2/3. When she enters or attacks, exile a non-land, non-creature card from a graveyard with a data counter on it. When you cast a spell from exile, target opponent loses 2 life. And it partners with SP Little Knight, a 4-mana Izzet 2/4 with first strike. As long as they're attacking and may cast spells with data counters on them from exile as though they had flash and they are mana fixed. Yeah, that seems pretty cute. Azula Cunning Usurper dead in the ground? Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Alright, for Elikman, we have Zetz, a 3-mana Azorius 2/2. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, airbend up to one target creature you control. Whenever one or more non-token creatures enter, if one or more of them entered from exile or was cast from exile, draw a card and put a +1/+1 counter on Zets. That screams to me infinite combo food somehow, but I'm not sure how. I'm not sure how, but that screams to me repeatedly airbend, make it mana neutral, draw my deck. I think yeah. Oh, or we just like Semblance Anvil. Yeah. Semblance Anvil, Cloud Key with some of them. So I would say cut, make draw a card, not the payoff. No, Zilla, we're doing the raffle after we finish the paid roasts. Yeah, cut the draw a card. Because as long as the draw card is on here, they're definitely maybe it's airbend. I kind of want to let you do infinite ETB if you want to. Yeah, I think you might have to limit the airbending to once a turn, sadly. If you limit it to once a turn, you can keep everything as is. Ooh, I would like, when you cast a non-creature artifact, airbend a creature you control. I think that would also fix it. We just need some type of reason for this to not be an Ornithopter combo deck. All right. Moving on to a tired veteran. They have sent in a silly deck. This is Group Slug sharing for the lulz. God, anytime a motherfucker says that, I know I'm about to see no reason land destruction. Circle Pit with Zerzoth. Oh, we're seeing no reason card draw, no reason pings, no reason 55 pings, 55 damage doublers, 55 price of progresses, 55 take 1 damage in your upkeep, 55 take a damage for blocking. Just it's you're paying the one non-consent. 28 basics. I love how you tagged the basics apart from the non-basics. Alright, so Zerzoth. Whenever an opponent draws their first card each turn, if it's not their turn, make a 1/1 red devil. And whenever one or more devils you control attack, you and those players each draw a card, then discard a card. So you can theoretically get 3 1/1s a turn. That's not too bad. Card draw. That's not true. That's true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I love it. Good. Hold on. All right, veteran, you are off. You are off to a great start. You do have Idol of Oblivion, though, so great work there. Dragged into the pit. So this is our goad? Okay. Truly, truly, we must share your genius with the world. That is terrible, but if we ever find ourselves with way too much money and nothing to spend it on, I like that. Ooh, Maximum Carnage is good. Yeah. Everybody hits somebody. And I love Shiny Impetus. Fuck your plans. Just an extra combat spell. Alright, SWAT. Whenever a spell or ability is put onto the stack, reselect its target at random if it has a single target. Ah! What in the delay of game are you doing here? All right, we'll check that one out. Or check that one off. Good job, good job. Let's keep going. Meekstone, hell. Sorry, my bad. I did not recognize your game. I'll give you 2 check marks over here. I'm going to go to you, but also you're not going to untap. Don't you understand my nefarious plan, Mr. Bond? This one, at least, drives the game plan forward for you, because you have a bunch of 1/1s, theoretically. And so you have a million 1/1s. You get to beat everybody to death. Sure. Redirect lightning. Fuck your life gain. Fuck your tutoring. Fuck your turns. Sure. Fuck whatever you tutored for, I guess. Awesome. I like this section. Viv, thank you for the $5 super chat. Welcome back to Dog Heaven, my friend. I appreciate that generosity. Ignition. So we have Goblin Bombardment, Hobble Fiend. So these are our sack outlets to toss a bunch of devils at people. I doubt this is worth it, but we'll see. Land with a Dream. We have haste. We have a banner. What's the... What's the dream? What is the... Sorry, I'm not recognizing your game. Tremendous job. Let's move on. Go fast, die fast, brother. It's 2 colorless mana. You could play Temple of the False God. You cannot tell me live fast, die young, bad devils do it well while showing me a land that is basically out of a precon. No gods? That's the point of the card. We're going so deep to try to pretend that this is like a thematic pick when I know you just want to go like, and then I sack my own land. And then hold the stare for 30 long seconds. I believe in it. Oh my god, a good card. Thank you. Thank you. Lotto Scratcher. I'm gonna fucking get you, man. Okay, we have some board wipes where they can make devils. We have a damage doubler. We have a delirium card for some reason. Impact tremors. Group slug. Okay. Okay. Planned hate. Hell yeah, I love Fury. I love Fury. Check, check. Moving on. A good card. Great. Great. Removal Chainsaw is actually crazy good here with all your throwaway devils. Embercleave's funny as fuck. It's so brave of you to put Embercleave into a deck where, like, best case scenario, you're like, I flash in Embercleave for 2 mana. Now I have a 3/4 double striker. Hear me roar. All right. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Ooh, double all our devils with all the pingings. Okay. Mechanized Warfare. If a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage plus 1 instead. All right, veteran, I'm gonna give you a point here because this card is awful, but I understand you put it in because you can't fucking count. That was clear to me the moment I saw Crystal Vein in the deck. This is the same mana value as your commander. There are so many other doublers. We can play at like 4 mana, 5 mana. There are triplers. We can play higher than that. There is no reason in the world for us to play this when we could play a more expensive thing that does bigger doubling. Right, you wouldn't want to play this on turn 3 anyway, which means we should take one of the ones we would want to play on turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, because the moment you compare this to any of the things that we want to play on those turns, it loses crazy hard. It loses crazy hard. Raid Bombardment. All right, we're doubling down on our Devils. Shared Animosity is good. See, I like Torture Pit. 4 mana, increase it by 2. Perfect type of card. No notes. I'm not even going to remark on the Planeswalker. Raid Bombardment is also 3 mana. Yeah, but it's less dog shit. It adds a new source of damage that we could then apply a good doubler or a good modifier to. Raid Bombardment is the type of like, we don't want to play it on turn 3, but I do not believe it has, or I think the only thing we would want to play on turn 4 that does the same job as it is like Hellraiser or Hellraiser, which I feel like Hellrider. Yeah, here he is. This is the 4 mana version of Raid Bombardment, and look, we already play it. And I think this deck probably wants to play both. This is Incredible Cope, but sure. Mice are cute. No dwarves in hell? I think you have not read enough Lord of the Rings, brother. Determined Iteration is... I don't think it's good enough, but fine. Forge is cute. Dog. Okay, we just losing. My fault. We all burn. Sure. I just have to see how this plays. I just have to see how this plays at this point. All right, hell yeah, hand with nothing to do. We shoot somebody's soul ring straight out. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I underestimated your game. I sacked Crystal Vein to get a turn 2 Zerzoth and go down to 1 land. Deck's perfect. My fault. You get it now. I do. I now immediately activate the brainworms of the Orzhov player who uses a fatal push from a treasure and kills my commander. I scoop. I now scoop. See, now Mechanized Warfare is good because we're down a land that we shouldn't be down. You absolute fuck. We swing at somebody and we get to make a devil. We also draw a card. I'm discarding Arena of Glory because fuck you. Auntie Blight seems really cute, except we don't really have anything that's gonna deal damage to us, so we probably play Shiny Impetus instead. Swing at 2 people, make 2 devils. We draw a card, discard at random. I'm gonna discard the shitty card. Yeah, we can point the devil damage at ourselves. That is true. I can in fact go into my local college cafeteria and start stabbing myself with a spork in the hopes that I can drown a fucking undergrad in my blood. That is a play pattern I could do with this deck. My lord. All right, it's turn 7. We have 5 lands. Good fucking. Can we swing our 2/3 commander to make 3 devils, and then we give up? Oh my god, mechanized fucking warfare again. All right, we shoot a soul ring. We do. We shoot a mana dork. Man. Man. We swing and we make a devil. We Urabrask's Forge. We start getting good creatures. We swing these 3 guys. We make 3 devils. This one probably dies. This guy, maybe this guy lives. Maybe there's one guy who only has like elves out. He goes away. Turn 6. Oh, good. We have a combat trick. Why is Urabrask's Forge here? So that we have a 1% chance of winning the Magic game, Helios. That's why. All right, we get a new Forge token. Man alive. Get out of here, Auntie Blight. All right, we also have a treasure. I can get Hobble Fiend out for my treasures. I hate mechanized warfare in this deck so much. It is like oh, I'm getting a fucking sunburn from looking at it because it just doesn't. It does almost enough, and it does just not enough. It does just not enough. Hate myself for recommending this, but when you're already at Hellrider, Ghost Spider Gwen Stacy ain't far. What's that? Damn, she kind of looked like she in hell, and she's from the Spider-Man set, which was hell for many of us. I do believe there is a thematic link here, veteran. Yeah, I mean, I believe in parts of this deck. It just doesn't. Of course, my fucking fault. How could I forget? How could I forget we have Spider Punk? How could I forget this man is chucking his sunglasses on as we take 4th at every fucking commander table we play at? All right. I think things that would genuinely help. I know most of you can't be helped because we are unironically running Crystal Vein. I think what would help is City on Fire. It seems like we are. I believe in our deck's ability to make maybe 2 to 4 creatures, and then I have no belief in its ability to put up any type of board state that matters. Like we don't really have threats that grow. We have pretty much no way to refill our hand. We can just like kind of keep desperately searching for whatever the right card is going to be, and right now I don't think we have a right card. I think the card Mechanized Warfare, if we're trying to keep parity or we're trying to keep a board that matters later in the game, we should just go for tripling. Because then at that point, all of our 1/1s swing like they're 3/1s, and all of our pings hit for 3, which will either kill a player or they swing like they are 6/1s. Because then if you block, I can just shoot your guy. and then that allows us to like drag people down a little bit harder versus mechanized warfare only getting them to like 4, which I don't think matters as much, or would definitely not matter as much in my experience. And then the rest of this, you're just such a rat. You're just such a fucking rat, man. Holy shit. This is not this is not ramp. Stop it. You only get 1 point for the Aether Drift card because it's not a piss foil. You don't get a full check mark for this attired veteran. You're not allowed to feel good about this. I do like Collective Inferno too. This ends up being pretty similar to Mechanized Warfare, except that it's probably cheaper because we probably have enough creatures to make this, to convoke this for like 1 mana or 2 mana. But yeah, this is this is a mistreated child's idea of a good time, and I think it's close to something funky. But I think what you need is more inevitability. And that's why I'm pushing for like City on Fire, Collective Inferno, stacking the doublers and triplers together, because I see what we're doing with the Devil Typal, and the Devil Typal fucking sucks. It turns out the devils from the Bible are not much better at fighting than pencil pushers at the IRS. So if we're gonna make them good at fighting, I think we need to be multiplying their damage or adding just a ton to it. At the end of each combat, destroy all creatures that blocked or were blocked this turn. Great. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry I tried to help. Please get the fuck out of my office. Holy shit. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 rage bait points. Very good job. I'm giving you task failed successfully. Never show me this deck again. Keep this far, far away from me. We're going to the manual ad break, and then we're going to somebody who has built an actual deck that can play Magic. God damn it. I'm gonna go throw up. I'll be right back. Mega Suits, thank you for the Prime sub for the 6th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. I appreciate those Bezos bucks. And Kaiser Crab, thank you for the Prime for the 3rd month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. Hey Maul, trying to make a bracket 2 Kiane Corrupted Memory deck that does everything on other people's turns to abuse Arborea plus hand size synergy, but I worry it'd be too annoying to play against. What is... Also, Lubberer, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Welcome to the dog home for the first time. I appreciate those Jeffrey dollars. What is our Arbor? Well, okay, same thing but with an I. Got it. Creatures can't attack a player unless that player casts a spell or put a non-token permanent onto the battlefield during their turn. Oh, that's actually really cute. So you're trying to make it so nobody can ever swing at you because you only ever do things on their turns. I think that's pretty fucking awesome. I'm gonna be real. I'm an annoying person. I'm a very annoying person. I think that's pretty hot. I don't think, because I was worried for a second. I was worried that Arborea was gonna make it impossible for you to win, but this is genuinely just like I play, because our commander is a flash enabler, so it just says I play good cards and I can't lose to combat damage until you play one piece of enchantment removal. If anybody thinks that's too annoying to play against, they can get fucking bent. Truly, they are fucking children. Like anybody who the only thing I'm going to urge you to do is this would be a deck I would practice, because what will make Veggie is a really good example of how you can play on other people's turns and not make everybody really hate you, because he's really fast. If you play on other people's turns and you just go like, oh, okay, on your end step, god damn it, this always happens. You would play better cards than this, I hope. You would go like, on your end step, okay, opt draw card. Great, go ahead. What you don't want to do is, all right, my turn, I pass. Go to your turn, Joey. Joey, begin taking your turn. Joey goes, I'm just going to play this creature and pass. And you go, wait, Joseph. I have a card to play on your end step. And then you take 3 to 5 minutes planning out the like 3 cards you're going to play over the next couple turns. That's really annoying. But if you have a very clear flow chart of like, this is what I'm going to play this turn, and this is when I'm going to do it, and it takes like 20 seconds or less, you're so good, and anybody who's pressing you is a baby. Yeah, that's my nightmare. Just practice the deck. Just goldfish it. Goldfish it, and especially if you're trying to do bracket 2, be willing to cut the cards that give you decision trees that are too complicated. You definitely don't have to make it super complicated. It can just be like, for this commander, where are they? Like straight up, you could just be like, okay, my turn, I pass. On somebody else's end step, I flash in Ouroboros. That's all I'm doing. But if you have a lot of stuff in there that is like, you know, if you're doing a ton of like evolve synergies and you're doing a ton of like, what I wouldn't do you must turn away from the thickest of thighs if you are to manage this deck in bracket 2. I think in like bracket 3, higher power, where people are okay with lengthier turns, it's good. I would heavily recommend don't try to do like counter manipulation. The greatest extent to which you should do any counter manipulation is stuff like Agatha's Soul Cauldron, to where if you need to, just be like, oh, I'll give her one more counter so I can flash in the spell I wanted to flash in. I also added a few nesting grounds tools to move counter shit, okay. Yeah, that's what's gonna get you into the bad territory for bracket two. That's what's gonna get you into turns that like take a million years. I would just do like, oh, do I have a one-off way to add a counter at instant speed if I want to flash in a non-creature but I'm on the creature mode? And then don't do stuff that's like, ooh, I'll move my +1/+1 counter over here, and then because I have hardened scales that will actually have 2, and then I have a vigilance counter on this other creature so I can swing them. Oh, that is when you will trip yourself up. I am gaming. Yeah. If you get lost in the sauce of like, I'm moving counters around, I'm taking counters off, that is when your turns are going to take 1 million years. If you're just going, I put counters on my commander, I play stuff on your turn, hyper manageable. Shit, I kind of want to build that now. Shit. Shit. What's up, Dan Gamer Banan? How you doing? 1010 can, you have 4 options. We are doing a free roast raffle at the end of today's stream. We sell deck roasts and reviews on Ko-Fi every Sunday at noon. I think they are sold out for this week. They are in fact sold out for this week. You can pay $500 to make me stop what I'm doing on any solo stream and roast your deck immediately. And then free roast raffle that we talked about. What Simic decks do you approve of? I think I unfortunately approve of this one. I also approve of the Zimone that manifests dread. Do you approve of Omo? Fuck no. Good lord. Good grief. How dare you? What about the stun counter guy from FF? I don't know who that is. This one, I like. You approve of the Simic CEDH deck, Kinnan? I mean, in CEDH, yeah, sure. Why not? It's CEDH. Do whatever. Be a bitch. Be a bitch. You deserve to. We're playing with all. People get fucking mana crypt. Wait, no, you don't. They ban that. Ha. I like. Oh, this Zimone. This. This is not a CEDH deck. Mauled, what are they banning tomorrow? As long as Josh Lee Kwai draws breath, I don't think they're banning Rhystic Study. So probably nothing. I think the bans are going to be nothing. I think nothing will get added to the game changer list. I think they will say, we're still watching Rhystic Study, but it's such a beloved card, as Josh Lee Kwai sits atop a building 2 blocks away with a 50 cal Barrett sniper rifle. I don't think they unban any of the stuff that got banned before WotC took over. So Mana Crypt, Dockside, Jeweled Lotus, I don't think any of that is coming back. Maybe Primetime comes back. I would be okay with that. As a green hater, I think Primetime as a game changer seems pretty right. I don't think this is a perfect one-to-one. Hey, thank you, Don. I do not think this is a perfect one-to-one, but I think you can make a point of comparison between Primetime and Consecrated Sphinx in terms of generic value accrual. What's making Primetime better than Consecrated Sphinx is there are at least 1 or 2 land combos that you can just do the moment you play Primetime. And I don't know enough about how good those combos are. I think that's the difference maker. Like, depending on... Well, the thing is, it's not just a 6-mana Cradle Tutor, though. There are other land-based combos, and I don't know how easy it is to... I don't know how much setup you need to win the game just by landing Primetime if you are a land combo deck. But the lands he gets to combo with are usually game changers too, aren't they? I'm not sure about that. Field of the Dead is not what I'm talking about. Field of the Dead, Glacial Chasm, Valakut, that is not what I'm talking about. Like, I think Dark Depths, like doing Dark Depths with Suva. What land combo are you talking about then? I don't fucking know. I just know so many Lumra players want him unbanned that I'm worried about it. I think let me put it this way. I don't know enough about land combos to have a solid opinion. Then Thespian stage, dog, it doesn't fucking matter. If it's Thespian stage Dark Depths and that's the worst thing you can do, we can unban that guy. If there is a combo where they're like, oh yeah, I grab, like, Prime Time is the only creature on my board, I play him, I begin doing a win the game combo, then I think probably don't unban him. But depending on how much setup you need, then he can maybe come off. Mauled, how would you feel if someone played an Eminence Commander with a companion? I'm hitting them with hammers. I'm hitting them with hammers immediately. There aren't combos that you can tutor off Prime Time alone. You generally need stuff like Amulet of Vigor, so it takes several turns. Okay. I feel like they could try it. No, Terrence, I hate lands. I hate lands. All right. We got to keep it moving. We got a free roast to do today. We have next Morahan, who has sent in a spooky deck. This is Simic Guild plus Ooze Kindred. My winning board state looks like I dumped a tub of Nickelodeon gack on the table. I like that. That's a good image. Elf Ooze Wizard. All right, we have Prime Speakers, Vanifar. So we have a tutor in the command zone, which is bold for a bracket 2 deck, but all right. Break 5-drop in case of emergency. We can plant Panglacial Worm and we can Disciple of Freyalise. More Ooze, 2. Ooze, 12! Ooze Typal! Tub of Nickelodeon gack! This man tells me. What the fuck is this deck, bro? Welch's grape juice? What is this 10% ooze you just fucking showed me? I saw 10 elves in the ramp section. We're one for oneing our ooze typal with generic ramp typal. Go fuck yourself. Butter tin sized tub. This is the Scooby-Doo fruit snack package of ooze. It's the Costco sample of ooze. Holy God. Almost ooze. We have some clones. 33 lands, but 38 total. Please, bro, I need this. Please, bro. Let me up. Let me up, please. Trigger doubling, I understand. Everybody falls for trigger doubling. You turned your back on the creature type you wanted to build around for a fucking +1/+1 counter? That's how easily you're bought? For trample, if I can discard? We have more removal spells than we have the creature type we built around. I'm so sad. Backup plan. My commander again. My commander again. All right, we got a lot of good non-basic lands. Our draws, hold on. The draw's getting over. We have Brainstorm. Yeah, I agree you're lost. I agree you're a little bit lost. Creature type. We're gonna choose Ooze and then draw like 2 fucking cards. Proliferate, sure. Choose ooze, draw 2 cards. Draw. At least we're staying committed to draw 2 cards. Choose ooze, draw 2 cards. Let's fucking go. Is that 33 lands? They have 33 they have 33 things tagged as lands, but they have 38 lands total. So we're okay on lands. We have recursion. I've been milled 1 time and I did not like it. I've the ooze vat. I like this thematically at least. All right, and then we have some like we got some goopy guys in our removal. That's all right. That's all right. Listen, I know you can tutor them out. I know you can tutor them out, and I do think ramping is important. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, you have a 4-mana commander? Don't ramp at all. Just play bad 1-drop oozes. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed. You tell me you're about to gack me, and you've hit me with kind of a You told me grapefruit technique. This is like half a lemon rind. I need more. Serious question. How many creatures of the same type do you need to run for it to be a legit typal deck? I don't really believe in it below like 20 to 25. If you want it to feel like the creature type is coming to pack me up, I need like 20 to 25. Usually we need to sack elves. Yeah, I'm sure. And I do think that helps a little. I think... So, let me ask you this question, Morahan. Are we this low on oozes because all the other oozes are so bad? Or do we have a genuine belief that Metallic Mimic is so good that we need to run it other than a different ooze? Because like March of the World ooze, hell yeah. These are the playables. The only 12. There are not other oozes that are playable, in your estimation. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. That is devastating. I think we can do a little bit of something about that. What I would... Agatha's Soul Cauldron is fucking crazy for this, by the way. Agatha's Soul Cauldron is fucking despicable. At that point, I would be running Ouroboros, and I would just be tears streaming down my face, be like, this is just a hard ooze, bro. Look at him. He's just a hard ooze. We don't have to run Slimes Against Humanity. My first line of defense, because if you say you play this in bracket 3, I think it does make sense that we have a lot of interaction. I would be changing the almost ooze to things that make more ooze per ooze. Like Progenitor Mimic, that seems pretty good to me. Body Double does not seem very good to me. If there are only 12 playable oozes and I want my board to ever feel like you are being Nickelodeon gacked, we need a way to make a lot of them. And so to me, that would be leaning heavier on clone spells, like Rite of Replication, Extravagant Replication. Like, this is what I would be doing over anything that just gave me 1 additional ooze, because I also doubt that any of these oozes are good enough individually that cloning them once is like, got him. Like, we gotta set up an ooze shop. An ooze factory. We could mirror form, yeah. We could try it. Turn all of our oozes into the best ooze. What's Mutagen Man doing? He is in fact an ooze. That is true. That is true that he is in fact an ooze. Yeah, if you hate Universes Beyond, you are not required to run him. But that would be my first thought, is instead of copying these guys once, because if you lump all of these guys in with the oozes, we're up to 18. If a third of my oozes could make me a new ooze every single turn, that's a little bit more GAC behavior. But we got to ramp up to factory levels of production, because let me see how this goes right now. And before we go into this playtest, I need you all to know I'm gonna fuck this up. Be ready for that. We have a tutor in the command zone, and I have never played with oozes. Mirror Hall Mimic has followed footsteps with Disturb. I am aware of that, and you can keep that one. That does not defend Glasspool Mimic, Clever Impersonator, Body Double, or Repudiate Replicate. So Mimic and Progenitor Mimic can stay. And then the other one should probably be I need me an ooze per turn. If I don't get me an ooze per turn, I'm crashing out. Okay, we have unkeepable hand number 1. We mulligan. We have an ooze. No ramp, but we have an ooze. I'd keep a hand for an ooze. Scavenging Ooze. Ravenous Slime. Prime Speaker Vanifar. Bloom Tender, who dies immediately. And I get a 3-drop. Predator Ooze. Damn. Oozes are really bad. Oozes are really bad. We would have spent 2 there. We can do this, get the counter train going on Scavenging Ooze. March of the World Ooze, they're all 6/6s. Hold on. Hold on! So my 6/6 indestructible becomes a 7/7. Can't be blocked by 2 or less. This is also a 7/7. I swing, I get more counters. This goes to 8/8, this goes to 7/7. Hell yeah. Yo, low key, we kind of oozing on him. No changelings. If you put a changeling in your creature type deck, you have given up spiritually. See, and this is kind of where we have Clever Impersonator in hand. It's certainly not bad because March of the World Ooze has come in to save us. I would rather be doing one of the big and juicies. Like I would rather be doing Progenitor Mimic, I would rather be doing Followed Footsteps, I would rather be doing Extravagant Replication, even though it's less like good because it's less efficient. I think most of our like 2 mana through 5 mana stuff is taken up by like ooze, or I drop a dork to go get an ooze. Let me think about Mutavault Explorer. Oh, Mutable Explorer, my fault. He does look like an ooze. I would forgive this one. I would forgive this guy. But this is definitely, like, this works. There are curve outs of this deck that do function. So we take our free mulligan. We Pay 3 life here. Get Yanowar elves out. We pay this. Oh, wait. No. This would come in tapped because we don't have any forests. Yeah, we do this. I tried Mutable Explorer over Wood Elves, and it was almost always messing up my colors. Okay, yeah. So, turn 3, we go War Room, Vanifar. Turn 4, Jesus God, we have Fibblethip. Play him, draw a card. Scooze! Stack elves. Get me a 2-drop. First one I see. First one I see. Gyre Sage, who cares? Shadow Walker, thank you for the 23 months at tier 1. Welcome back to the dog home. Kill him? You said to Fibblethip? He has to die. Okay, turn 5, Fibblethip. Fibblethip fucking dies. Where's the 3-drop? Yo, where the fuck is the 3-drop, bro? Kami of Whispered Hopes to the field. I play Wirewood Lodge instead. I tap green, I untap target elf. Kami of Whispered Hopes, die! I don't want Brawn, I want a 4-drop now. Where's my fucking 4-drop? Where the fuck is my 4-drop? Oh, Roaming Throne! I cast Ooze Cuck Chair! Or that I fucking pass. Yeah, I'm trying to think about how we refill our hand. That seems like the biggest danger to me in the, because like we can play Magic. I think we're on the softer, the squishier, the moister end of the Magic spectrum, but we're definitely playing Magic. The things I would want to see happen are more ways to build the board state up, which I think can be done through those repeated cloners, and more ways to get more shit into my hand. And that's hard. Because we have, right, Fibblethip, Moldrifter, Poljamar. Yeah, that's not great. Hold on. I just wanna call to attention. Yeah, man, you normally tutor Fibblethip, the 2-mana guy who draws me 1 card to refill the hand. That's how deep in the well we are right now. Oh, sorry. Draw 2. My fault. He's much better. This is... Yeah, if you're worried about refilling your hand, you just got two mana draw 2 guy who we kill on our next turn. Yeah, and like it's the right choice too, which pains me so deeply. It pains me so deeply that Fibblethip the Lost is actually the correct play because he is. I tap my commander to draw 2. What could we do? Guardian Project is a Simic thing that has Ooze vibes. I'm Would that be better? I think the biggest issue with Guardian Project is we can't tutor it. I would want something that I could that I could hit off my birthing pod ladder. I don't think Vinix is gonna work because we are having a hard time dealing combat damage. Well, we have a God. The universe's beyond hate is gonna kill us because what we have a deep and unrelenting need for is sphere grid. We we need these oozes to level up and be able to hit a little bit harder. I don't think we're going wide enough for Beastmaster Ascension. Beastmaster Ascension is also not goopy enough. We're not casting creature spells, so like Beast Whisperer is out. O-Tag. Creature Fall. Type. Creature. Commander. Simic. We don't want Garruk's Uprising, no. BTB. Soul of the Harvest does what we want, but it does it at 6 mana. Which really, really hurts. Fathom Mage is at least like on the game plan, but I think the problem with Phasm Mage is we are tutoring for oozes who by and large come in as like 2/2s, and so we're not gonna get like enough evolve triggers out of this. God, could we loan us? I typically don't ever really find myself with an empty hand. Oh, okay, if you play with your eyes closed, then the deck's, yeah, totally perfect. No worries at all. Alright, now I go... Kami of Whispered Hopes, die. And I bio-waste blob. Then on my upkeep, I make an additional bio-waste blob. These go to 2/2s. Yeah, and then I think we're just dumping clones into bio-waste blob, right? And hoping we don't get board wiped, and then we win. We have Brawn already. This was tagged as please, please, I need this. This is all mostly fine. We can like Glasspool Mimic. Fuck a land. I have a third one of these. All my... Jesus. That's kind of filthy. And then it enters tapped, but I sack Brawn, so everything has trample. And then I get a 5 mana ooze. Okay. Oh, I saw one. My tonic slime, become my blade once more. Yeah, okay. Based on this playtest, I'm going to stand behind. The only thing I think you should change is I think the things that cannot make multiple clones and are already clones should become things that can make multiple clones. This works way better than I expected. But this is the most compelling board state you have put together, and it was put together off the back of, on my upkeep, I make 4 additional bio waste blobs. And I think if we can start doing that with all of our oozes, you will feel a lot happier. We do not run Protean Hulk because he is a frog. He is a frog who merely has a bit of tuberculosis. We have Progenitor Mimic already. And then is there anything that we would need to... I don't think we have a top deck enchantment tutors. And then I am personally fucking begging you to cut Metallic Mimic. Please, God, I hate this thing so much. I know you need it. I know you need the +1/+1 counter. I hate him. Not only is he not an ooze, he's fucking metal, dog. He's fucking metal. He's literally rock solid. He is the least goopy man in the entire world. I'll kill you. I'll kill you. Please. God, but he is useful. Followed Footsteps was recommended. Oh, that's true. Sylvan Library would be very, very good because we're going to be shuffling so much. That might be worth a genuine consideration. But either way, I like this. Mayhaps a bit too much. We have Mimic Vat already. We've reached the point of the roast where everybody is mostly suggesting cards we already have. So we're gonna cut it there. Put in Sylvan Library. Put in Extravagant Replication. Ooze. Oh, you could Scroll Rack as well. Yeah, Scroll Rack and Sylvan Library get very fire when you're just like, oh yeah, let me put all this dog shit on top of my deck. And then I tap, sack, get a new top of my deck. That's probably the best thing we can do. But Morahan, thank you so much for submitting. We're going to go to the manual ad break, and then we're moving on to Tonberry's roast. And after that, we will do the free roast raffle giveaway. What a ridiculous fucking deck. Please, bro, I need this. Is still killing me. Please. Please, bro. I need my 2-mana +1/+1 giver. Hey, thank you, Jack Hatter. I appreciate you stopping by the stream. Coat of Arms, Door of Destinies. They're all probably like too expensive. But I think any overrun could get played in this deck without you hating yourself. Bilbo Baggins, thank you for the 2 months with Prime. Welcome back to the dog home. New here, do we need to do anything to be in the drawing? You just have to be here, and when we finish the next roast and we go to the raffle, there will be a time where you have to be in Twitch chat, and you have to type, !play. Doing it now won't do anything. You have to type, there will be like, the screen will change, there will be a game on screen, it will tell you to type !play. When that happens, you type that in, you're entered. You don't have to be following, you don't have to be subscribed, you don't have to pay money, da-da-da-da-da. Any quick suggestions for someone building Voltron who's never done it before? That's very hard to answer without knowing the mana value. Without knowing the mana value of the commander you want to Voltron, because a lot of Voltron revolves around what is your tempo. There are some Voltron commanders that want to come down early. There are some Voltron commanders that come down late and then try to clean the board up. So I would say understanding what turn you want to be pushing for lethal is the most important thing you can do. And then, yeah, have, even if you have protection, have backup Voltron targets. Because what can happen to you, like what happened to my friend, played a that squirrel, the Toski. My friend played a Toski deck, and I swear to God, we were not trying to bully him, and his commander cost 18 mana by the end of that game. He was getting incidentaled by edicts, by exile wipes, by other shit like that, by just like -1/-1 counters. We were apologizing the last 4 times this commander got fucking killed. 18 mana. Bro was looking at 12 lands and some rocks, looked up at us, and went, well, I somehow am unable to cast my commander, so I guess I pass. You gotta have backup Voltron targets. Because he went all in. He went all in on I am playing Toski. He is indestructible. I can protect him. Aegis Updean, thank you for the 200-bit cheer. Too hungover for a witticism, so bald! Thank you, Aegis. Grim Meeper 03, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Damn, it raining hard outside my house. What other relevant pieces of advice do I have for Voltroning at mana value 3? You know what? Unironically, play ramp like Thrawn Dynamo. We just went over this for a different deck, but if your commander is at mana value 3, and a lot of your your really important shit is happening at mana value 3, playing like Soul Ring, playing Talismans, they don't do that much for you because they don't speed up casting your commander. What Thrawn Dynamo does for you is if you have played your commander and you have played your equipments before your commander, hopefully, Thrawn Dynamo ramps you to, if my commander dies, snap, I can recast him. I can play Thrawn Dynamo, and then I can play a sword. I can play Thrawn Dynamo, and then I can play a hammer, you know? You want to be playing bigger, more expensive ramp rather than cheaper ramp, because you don't have to get off the ground quickly, but you need to be confident in your ability to rebuild later. What do you think is the chance the hybrid rule gets changed tomorrow in the BNR? I'm hoping 0. Based on what I currently know, I think it is unlikely it will get changed. I can't call it 0 because there's always the chance they could do crazy shit. So I'm gonna say maybe 10%. I'm very, very confident it will not change. But I think the reaction from the community and from the format panel was sufficiently negative that it's unlikely it's gonna change. I would laugh if they banned Thoracle. The spicy take I saw is the best thing they could do is ban these cards. I'm going to pull them up on screen right. Oh, I'm going to pull them up off screen, actually. Start guessing what you think. It's 3 cards. Because I lurk I lurk in CEDH communities, and it seems to me like the going thought is, oh well, if they banned Ristic Study, it would be whatever. If they banned Thoracle, it would be lame as shit. But if they hit these three cards all at once, it would be kind of fire. And those three cards are Thoracle, Ristic Study, and Breach. Not it would be good and healthy for the format, but this would be fucking crazy and would shake up the format. If you just take out Thoracle, like nothing changes. If you just take out Ristic Study, that's probably a net positive, but it's not going to unseat the biggest decks. If you killed Breach lines and killed Ristic Study, holy fuck. Holy fuck, are we in an entirely different world? It would be so sick as hell. Oh yeah, it's been a while. I'm gonna put the background music on. Tell me if you guys like it. Mario328, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Would this immediately kill Tim Necrom? It fucking might. What do you think about the Jeweled Lotus unban? They should not do it. Sauron, thank you for the 10 streams in a row. Welcome back to the dog park. What do you think if anything gets moved from banned to game changers? I think if anything, it is prime time. Maybe Biorhythm. I think those two are the most likely. I can be trusted with Sylvan Primordial and will not put it in my Flicker deck. Fuck Sylvan Primordial. I would see Prime Time before Sylvan Primordial, which is not going to make sense to any of you because you're not with the youth like I am. You're all too unk to understand why Sylvan Primordial cannot be unbanned under any situation. Elk, thank you for the raid. I see your ass waiting for me to go live to snipe the I see your ass waiting for me to go live to snipe the raid. Listen. I know what I'm about. I'm a little Remora. Hold on. Sweet little Remora. I'm just a cute little guy. I'm just a cute little guy, dude. I'm just nibbling. I'm just nibbling on the viewers. Come on. What was that first Google result? Don't worry about it. Yeah, for sure. For sure we will yap about it a little bit, Elk. Actually, I was wondering lately, as a person that knows some CEDH, how do you think implementing sideboards and possibly swaps after commanders are revealed would impact the format? I'm mostly asking because that's how I originally thought it worked. I think sideboards would be such a massive change. Like sideboards that you could work with in between rounds would be such a massive change to the format. I am supremely overconfident. I have no confidence with how that would work. I'm gonna err on I don't think you should do it, but I feel like most sideboards would be just like a number of silver bullet cards, and then as people got to top 16 or top 4, they would just side in all the silver bullets for whatever decks they came up against, which I think would suck. Which I think would suck a little bit, but again, it would be so crazy. It would be so fucking crazy. Any advice for a brand new Magic player? Don't worry about FOMO. Which I know is like hard. There's so much cool shit. You have time to enjoy this game at your own pace. There is so much of it. And as somebody who knows almost all of the game, actually that's not even true. As somebody who has very quickly learned maybe 30% of the game or 40% of the game, you are not missing anything by being ignorant. Every card you are ignorant of is just a fun surprise for later. A lot of players worry too much about, like, I have to learn what the most powerful cards in the game are. I have to get the most powerful cards in the game. I have to begin using them. I have to use them to the best of their ability. Enjoy the journey. You do not need to rush. As somebody who has rushed inadvertently to be better at my job, don't rush yourself. I'll turn the background music up a little bit. And yes, most important thing you can do is find parts of the game you enjoy that are not winning. Most of your time will be spent losing. Most of your time playing Commander will be spent not doing the thing. Find the parts of it you love that are not that. Okay, I think, and then all of Elk's Raiders, we are doing a free roast raffle at the end of the next deck roast. So we are going to do Tonberry's deck, and then after Tonberry's deck, we're going to raffle off a freebie. And then end the stream? Probably yes. I think just Magic. I'm filming a podcast later, and so I want to rest my jaw. I want to rest my jaw a little bit. All right. No further ado. Tonberry. They have sent in Carrots and Sticks, control through combat, and I see Ishin's devilish fucking ass staring at me. I wanted to play Nelly Borka and Karazakar in the same deck, and everyone says Goad decks can't finish the game, so here's my attempt at aggro control. Who the fuck? Who is everybody? Motherfucker came in here with a primer like, everybody says Simic decks can't make mana, and so I've decided to prove them all wrong. I've decided to prove wrong all the haters and the doubters who said blue decks can't draw cards. Anyway, here's my oops all card draw spell deck. Okay? I need to prove it to you. Everybody being the 3 other dudes he plays against you. Everybody being 3 other guys who have only ever played Commander. You always complain Goad players have no plan for the final 2. That's different from not finishing the game. That finishes the game. Goad decks have trouble winning the game. Yeah, it's bad in the 1v1. That doesn't mean you can't finish the game. You finish that game very quickly. It just ends up with you being stepped on. Very, very big difference there. All right, so we have a trigger doubler as our commander. Always wear protection. True, good, and real. Break glass in case of ghostly prison. Hell yeah. I like all these. So you're saying goad players are bottoms exclusively? Yes. Every goad player is just a brat bottom. They may not accept it yet, but it is true. Okay, burn. Ooh, we got some card draw. We got some shooty with lifelink. We have some ramp and some damage. Please tell me we have the other half of this. All right, a little tap down. Okay. Remember when All right, 1 damage. And we get to goad. Carrots. All right, card draw, money. It's a good card. I'm not hating, but this is like, man, how can I motivate Lenny into attacking Tom? I know. Hey, Lenny, I snuck blood thinners into Tom's lunch. Yeah. And I heard that he got diagnosed with leukemia recently. He bruises super easily. Get him. It'll be hilarious. That's what you're doing. Oh, yeah. Gix definitely does it. I like that. Okay, the boy in question. Sure. Okay, so these are our 2 secret commanders. Whenever you attack, go... Okay, so somebody bought the scene box. Whenever you attack a player, goad target creature that player controls. You can give... Okay, so double blocking equals death touch. This one seems pretty weak, I'll be real. If you just bought the scene boxes and wanted to use the card, sure. This is definitely does not seem to hold up like the others do. I don't think this one does either, even though the cards do look very cute. Great. What does this card even do? Each creature you control attacking a player gets +1/+0 until end of turn for each creature that player controls. That's hot. That's hot, man. Alright, more doublers. Okay, equipment tutor, and then we can double trigger the equipment. That will depend a lot on what the equipment is, but sure. Sure, maybe our commander gets killed. Notable there is no trample. Yes, but it says each creature. So this is like, choose. You can, I just wipe all your tokens. Draw or something like it. All right, we have exile draw. We get a little bit of ramp, a little bit of unblockability. On attack, check top 6, we can exile a legendary creature. We have 42 creatures, which is a little bit fucked. All right, I see a lot of legendaries. I'll believe in that. Shorefire, thank you for the Twitch follow. Become the Monarch. Whenever an opponent attacks you while you're the Monarch, shoot them for cards in hand. And this works with Ishin, right? Yeah, it doesn't care about your turn. This is the deck I most believe in Emberwild Captain in. This is so... I hate that. I despise fucking Crown of Winter in my Mardu Crash Out deck. It's so effective, and it is so thematically ruinous. It's... It's like finding out Saddam Hussein read the same anime as you. Manga. Sorry, my fault. I hate it. Alright, Jet Rebel Leader. We get to flop out a 3 CMC or less guy. What's our curve like? Okay. Ooh, responsible. Ooh. Polly Wally, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Long range sensors goated. This is super awesome. Paladin Elizabeth Taggarty. Okay, same thing. Oh, but we get to draw a card, and then we get to free play something. That's pretty good. Warrior's Resolve. We have training, and on end step, if you control a creature with a +1/+1 counter on it that attacks, draw a card. I continue to be mostly unconvinced by the scene box cards. If you just love Final Fantasy and think they look dope, these are perfectly fine. I think these are okay pet cards. I'm not... Maybe we'll see in the playtest, because maybe the training is better than I think when you get to double trigger it. Oh god, oh god. Yeah, something like draw. It sure. This Winota Joiner of Forces is in fact a little bit like card draw. I was moments away from being like, oh my god, the first fair Ishin deck. This is so crazy balanced. This is so crazy balanced. And then here she is to beat the shit out of me again. Alright, finish him. Whenever a player attacks, add 6. So we'd get to add 12. So we could give any creature +12/+0. That's hilarious. Crash Out Grandpa gets to stay for sure. You're my hero. You're my hero. I love this. I love this. Oh my god, wait. No, fuck. Trickonometry's not here. Somebody, does anybody know Trickonometry? He has to play Crescendo of War. I forgot about this for their deck. I forgot about this for their deck. This would be perfect. Lord Fluffy Bottoms, thank you for the 300-bit cheer. Welcome to the dog pile. I'll email them. This is hot. Good job. I like that. I like that. Let me swing. If target creature attacks and is not blocked, it may deal X +2 damage to any other target creature, where X is the power of the creature, Pharaoh's Mantle, and chance. If it does so, it deals no damage to an opponent this turn. That is a very, very evil politicking piece. That is a tremendously evil politicking piece. Okay, so if you let me hit you, you won't take any damage, and I'll shoot both of Clark's creatures. No, Reffa, that's what it's for. This is I put it on my own creature. I'm gonna swing it at you, and I'm gonna tell you, let's make a deal. You're gonna let me hit you, and you won't take any combat damage. For that privilege, I'm gonna shoot 2 other creatures that are on other people's boards. That's really hot. I don't think it doubles on Ishin. It for sure does. If target creature attacks and is not blocked, that is a triggered ability. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. This is a permanent that is getting triggered by a creature attacking. 100% that should double. Unless there is a errata, like updated wording. Oh, wait, no, isn't blocked. Oh, yeah. Triggers in the blocking step. Fuck me. Yeah, it's still funny. Still funny, not as good. Yeah, it's triggered by a creature not blocking, not attacking. Damn it. Still funny, no longer as hot. Alright, no blocks today. Alright, goated things can't block, get phased out on, get tapped down, get tapped down, get tapped down. Get suspected on. That's so terrible. That's so fucking... That's such a fucking bad creature. Man, this one I feel like has to be... We have to have something better than this. There's no way this is the best option. Taunt from the Rampart's great. Sundering Eruption is very cute. I feel like we need Headliner Scarlet in this slot. It taps 2 things. Right, a 1/1 flyer that taps 2 things cannot be good enough. Yeah, 360. No, you shouldn't. For your own good. Let me look at Headliner Scarlet. Damn, she's fine. Okay. 4 mana on ETB. Creatures a player controls can't block. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. We're paying 3 for the crown. Yeah, and the crown can also draw us a bunch of cards. This guy is just forever the shittiest attacker ever. No creatures borrow some of mine. Fuck you. Fuck you, man. Ramp or something like it. This is a lot. Alright, Bitterthorn, Brazen Collector. So we'll add 2 red mana. Plunderer, Curse of Opulence. On attack, choose a card name. Spells with a chosen name cost 1 less to cast. That's really cute. There's like no way we need this. With this... Bro's working 3 jobs to buy a Happy Meal. My man is working like 12 shifts a week to buy a Happy Meal based on the memory of his mother telling them they had food in the house. No. I don't think we need it. I don't think we need this. And if we're cheating creatures in, sure. That's just useful. On attack, make a treasure. This seems like the type of thing I doubt we need. Shadowlands. Fucking hell, man. Oh, hell yeah, the Regalia. I like the Regalia. That's deck thinning, baby. That's pure deck thinning. Small idiot become big idiot. I love it. I love it. Sticks 2 Electric Boogaloo. Okay. I don't really think this is a stick. Like, this is de-incentivizing people from attacking us, but not even that heavily. Yeah, I like goading. I love goading. I love goading. I love goading. I love goading! Yeah, okay. I'm really rocking with this deck. The cards that I question are Squall, Cypher, Hilda for theme purposes, Kellogg, Curse of Opulence, Cheering Fanatic. I feel like this deck is much more likely... Oh, and then Brazen Collector as well. I feel like this deck is much more likely to have card access problems than it is to have mana problems. Perhaps I am wrong about that. But it feels like... Didn't you crash out over Nelly earlier? Absolutely not. Or if I did, it would have been positive. Because these are the 2, like, mini commanders of the deck. Oh, right, that fuck-ass Urn Spirit. Niblis of the Urn, that too. Those are the only things I really question. The rest of this... Oh, and then McCready. So it's maybe like 8 or 9 cards. Well, let's see how it goes. All right, we get no lands, we mulligan. We get 1 land, we mulligan. Okay, 3 lands and we have our colors. Great. Tap land, because I'm a chill guy. I play Craig Boone. And then I could have Curse of Opulence on somebody on turn 2. All right. I could probably get... I probably have at least 1 gold off of Fiendish Duo. So I play this guy. I crack whatever gold I have. Bam, bam. So I go up to 4 counters on him, and I think I get 1 trigger with 2, 1 trigger with 4, which represents 4 damage and 8 damage. If you take it to the face. And if you take it to the face... depends on when the attack happened, Donkey. If they attacked after I played Ishin, I get 2. If I played Opulence on turn 2 and then I got the gold, I would only get 1. Okay, we have Everybody Lives. We definitely have to stick Gix here, because we got to start drawing. There is a pie in the sky dream where, for literally no reason, somebody gave us gold and we get to play Rev 2. So now I'm kind of rocking with Curse of Opulence. We go to combat, we swing these 3 Rev double triggers. I give Ishin Death Touch, I give Craig Boone Death Touch. He goes to 6, he goes to 8. Depending on how many I hit with, maybe I draw 3 cards. Oh yeah, okay. 100% what's happening here makes me not believe in Kellogg, makes me not believe in Squall. I think we have a really, really good ability to commit damage to board and do it in a way that is not like the stereotypical Ishin Eldrazi deck. And I think these 2 are dragging a little bit. Or like this is the situation where I would rather draw more cards and try to get to my other big movers and shakers. Like Maximum Carnage, go Burr. Go to combat, swing out. Who knows what would happen here. I mean, Kellogg is good here with Rev, can just start snatching everyone's creatures. I feel like I would rather just kill them, though. Okay, we get 1 land because God hates us. We do this. We do this. Like Kellogg. Let's test the Kellogg theory. Maybe he's better than I believe. Do this. We can play Ishin. Two treasures. Main phase 2, we drop Taggarty. Okay, that's good enough. And then I'm really not liking Squall though. Like I super do not want to play him. I also don't love Niblis of the Urn. Like I feel like I would just play Long Range Sensor. Swing this. Swing these at like the weakest player. Draw a card, put Quaze it out. And I would put 2 charge counters on. Still in combat. I would tap 1 to discover 4. I would cast Pharrell's Mantle to goad something so that they couldn't block me. And then I get Pharrell's Mantle, and I also have 2 treasures. Alright, so I see it coming together. I was thinking Squall would trigger like 4 to 6 times a turn cycle, since a lot of creatures would trigger him off the goaded attacks. That's... I guess that's true if your table is playing a lot of creatures at the same power and toughness. If you are playing into like Jonathan 3/3 and Thomas 3/3 and Peter 3/3, then it's really, really good. I just don't have faith. I don't have faith in Squall triggering more than once or twice a turn cycle, personally. Because for us, we probably pick like 3 or 2. I also don't think you goad that much. Like, if I can keep it a stack with you, this is a very, very hot deck. The goad is mostly a delusion you are telling yourself. There is a little bit of goad sprinkled on top of a very juicy aggro stake. We have a very, very cool and fun, like, Mardu tempo deck. And then we have, like, every other Thursday, between the hours of 12 p.m. and 3 p.m., we will goad one guy. I would also like a lot more haste. I think that would do a lot for this deck. So we'll get to like Mjolnir. That will get us a goad. Give it to Taggarty. Swing, do our Discover 4. Oh, we get Crescendo of 4. Oh. Oh. And then we just try to kill everybody. This hand has Cloud, but we don't have all of our colors. We again don't have all of our colors. We have colors. Probably crack that for a Triome. Oh wait, we don't have colors. We have Coping and Seething. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Yeah, we would not have kept that hand. Alright, this hand has colors and we have Tap Down. Yeah, I think there's definitely some weak points here that we can either cut for more card draw or cut for things that will make our board a little bit more imposing. I hate to do it to you. I hate to do it to you. Look at me, recommending Drana, Liberator of Malakir yet again for another deck that can run it. Because right now we are too little butter over too much toast. We are trying too hard to cover the areas of I want to have things that are good when they swing. I want to have things that stop you from blocking. And I want to have things that also make you attack when I say so. And then we have... and then we're also, like, mana cheating quite a lot along the way there. And so you don't have to go the Drana route, but I do think the deck would benefit a bit from caring about one of these areas more deeply. They have the mono white jet. Like, I think nearly they're not like missing good cards. If anything, they have too many good cards for too many different areas that they want to be active in. So I think anything, the first line of stuff I would cut is anything that is in the deck because it is going to benefit from your opponents being goated. If it is something where it can benefit from you just like politicking them like Brina or Curse of Opulence, great, still good. If it is in the deck specifically because, I will goad them with this card, and then because I have goaded them, I will get this benefit, that's what I would cut, because you do not have enough goad to be confident in it. No. And then the other issue you have, and this is not an issue I'm sure we can fix, because a lot of the 3-drops are just good, but we have a deck full of 3-drops with a 3-drop commander. Woof. Oof, ouch. Oof, ouch, my bones. We have a lot of spells we want to cast on turn 3, which means we're casting Ishin turn 4, which is not the end of the world, but it is contributing to a curve that overall feels pretty clunky. Ugh. Dude, the problem with Mary is we don't have enough other haste in the deck. And we don't have enough equipment to give it first strike, so we just end up with a 2/2. It's almost there, but I think the deck as it stands can't really support this. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the goad, man. Double dips on goad, double dips on unblockable. That's hot as hell. Big goat alert. I think Niblis could die for this immediately and you would never look back. Okay, so I'm taking back what I said about most of the ramp, I think, because of how clunky the curve feels. I think you do need to be making crazy money. I still don't believe in Cheering Fanatic, and I don't believe in Brazen Collector. Because both Cheering Fanatic and Brazen Collector, if you play them, you don't have a great use case for what am I going to do with that mana next turn, and their mana reduction is so minimal that you really want to have a good idea for what you're doing with them next turn. Like, you're going to go Brazen Collector or Cheering Fanatic, and then you're going to play Ishin, and then you're going to float 2 red mana and have nothing to do with it. You're going to reduce 2 different spells by 1 and have nothing to do with it because we tapped out for Ishin. And then after that, we're on 4 lands. So maybe there's an angle for double spelling. Maybe. I don't love it. Right, we don't is the thing, MLP. We don't have a good way to make sure that the little shitters are surviving. I think ideally, we want the little shitters to survive because we have made everything unable to block. But I think that is another place we've gotten spread too thin. We don't have enough. Valor or Filth. What does Valor do? We don't have a great way to get this guy into the grave, but it does work pretty well. I would also personally want something like Anduril, because we need something to believe that our creatures are going to still be relevant later on in the game. Yeah, is there anything more? No, not more equipment. This is not a double down on Voltron angle. This is like, we are going to have a board of 3 to 5 creatures. How do we make sure those 3 to 5 creatures continue to get big and strong? We need our 3 to 5 creatures to, you know, eat their chicken and rice and do push-ups. That's actually kind of a good shout. God, not another 3-drop into the fucking 3-drop department, but yeah. I'm kind of rocking with this one. The Meeper Ninja, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. Yeah, we can get a Merfolk up in here. Yeah, remove a 3-drop for it then. I think we could... You know, genuinely, I think we could... Fuck, I'm gonna tell you to cut the 2-drop for it. You could kill Hilda's Crown of Winter. You could kill Brazen Collector or Fanatic. You could kill... I would not miss Squall or Cypher. for a moment if I got to have all of my creatures swing with impunity. Yes, Adath, you do. Reconnaissance would be fine. It's just too cowardly. This deck wants to push damage. Mono red go-go trust. Mono red go-go would be hot. I know a lot of people are saying Bedlam, but I think for a deck like this, half of the fun is getting people to attack each other. If we just say, nobody can block, it kind of... It's a good destination, but it undercuts our journey. I don't like the journey as much. It just like, it shortcuts us to like, okay, game's ending in 5 minutes. I think same thing for Total War. We're really close. I like this deck a lot. The 3-drops are killing me. The mana curve is killing me, but it's really difficult to fix because so many of the 3-drops I look at and I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking perfect. Hell yeah. That's fucking amazing. Is there any, like... I would cut anything at random for mass hysteria. I don't love Kratos because 3 red pips is genuinely hard to do in the time that we need it. Hi, Cheese. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse, my friend. Gilmain, no, I will not be watching the Super Bowl. Kratos is both 3 mana and he is 3 red pips, which this deck has not done one time in any of the playtests. Oh, true. Fire Crystal also has possibility. I don't think we have to do Fire Crystal, though, and I think I am getting too deep in the ads for a deck that is pretty good. I think the big takeaway, Tonberry, this is delicious. It is a little bit distracted. Some of that distraction is coming from the very, very pretty scene box cards that are not doing good enough for the rest of the deck. But I think overall you are just spread a little bit too wide between, I'm going to stop you from blocking, I'm going to have my own good attack trigger, I'm going to have a good trigger for when you attack somebody else, and then I'm going to force you to attack somebody else on top of it. I would lean away from one of those 4 and put that energy deeper into one of the other 3 that you love more, because those are 3 different strategies. Ishin is kind of tying them all together, and I do think it's very cute, but it is a little bit all over the place. Overall, though, great fucking job. Great fucking job. Only real improvement to do is to make it only 3-drops. Make it just compete with your commander as much as possible. Light Minefield, you're banned. You're banned. Tonberry, thank you for submitting. I hope you enjoyed. We're going to the manual ad break, and then we're going to the raffle. Goddamn Light Minefield. What the fuck are we talking about? Alright, so the way the raffle is going to work. We have not done the other customs. We still have to do the other customs. He's Olaria. Thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. What leaks have we gotten? Tease Olaria, I implore you to read the part of the stream title that is in parentheses. Alright, so the way this works is if you are in Twitch chat, type !play. It will give you a marble. in this game. You can play on mobile. All you have to do to be able to play is be able to type in Twitch chat. You don't have to follow. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to pay me money. All you have to do is type. I'm going to go use the bathroom. When I'm back from the bathroom, we are starting a 2-minute countdown. When the countdown finishes, your marble is going to begin going down this track. The winner gets a free deck roast. You can claim it now, or you can hold it for a future date this coming week. Saint Sayna, thank you for the tier 1 sub for the 5th month in a row. Welcome back to the dog home. How do I... when we get in the game, you cannot control your marble. Don't worry about that. You don't have to like WASD. You don't have to type anything. Other people are going to be typing stuff like boost, jump, target. They're trolling. And then YouTube chat. This is only hooked into Twitch chat. So you do have to jump over to Twitch chat for the duration of the raffle. You do not have to stay in Twitch chat. I am sorry. I wish it was hooked up like across all my different platforms. It just isn't. It just isn't. All of the fun plugins hate you guys. Music Man, thank you very much for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. I'm using the bathroom, and then we're gonna hit it. Alright, the Hound is coming to the fucking Baskervilles. I'm joining. The countdown is beginning. We now have 2 minutes until the race begins. And then, who was it? Army Hitch wanted me to follow them. I don't know how to... I don't know how to do that, Army Hitch. Why is Maud allowed to play? If I win... I'm gonna play League of Legends. If I win, I'm playing League of Legends, and you all have to stay. You all have to stay. Zilla, no, I cannot check if you're in there. If you want to be sure you're in there, just type play again, and if nothing happens, then you're in there. Hey, thank you, Zolaria. But the Super Bowl is on? Too fucking bad. The Super Bowl's happening in mid lane. I'm going 0-5, baby. Oh, true. You know what? If I win, I'll call Elk and see if they want to play Deadlock. That's the content you get. If we have any Elk Raiders still in here, that is the content you get. I just heard C go, Deadlock! Huh? I'm doing a bit, baby. It's a bit. It's a bit. All right, 30 seconds remain. We have 141 people entered. No, Chroma, you're unbanned. I got you back out. How do I exit to give Deadlock a better chance? Well, good news, everybody. We can now ranked queue with Z again. Z made it into silver. Z has made it into silver, so now we can... My girlfriend entered! Say hi to my girlfriend. Say hi to my girlfriend right now. Alright, here we go. If I win, we play League. You got it, baby. If you win, we will play League of Legends until I have to go to podcast. I am already in the lead. Get fucked. All right, white bread is leading. For anybody who has not been to Castle Siege before, a bunch of you are about to die. Mevlar's out in front. A bunch of people have gone down already. White bread surges into the lead. Noi goes down. Mevlar, what's going on with... Is Mevlar like the world champion or something? Because it's not counting them as in the... Yeah, they must be the like record holder. White bread has won previously, yeah. Alright, so it's PR Shadowfire. Sageokur dies somewhere, unbeknownst to us. It's Troper in the lead! Never mind, Dan Gamer Banan is in the lead now. Lots of switch-ups. We still have a way to go before the end. Oh, but I think we're getting close. I think Don is only like 100 feet from the line. We'll see if any mortar shots kick them off. Now, you have to approach the ramp at moderate speed. You cannot approach too slowly, because then a bomb will definitely kill you. Oh, Dan's dead! We're back to Troper and the anime PFP. And now they're going backwards. They're a little confused. Give them time. Give them time. They're going to figure it out. They have a they have a liberal arts degree. Give them time. Troper's speeding up now into a bomb, and they're going backward. And they're going backward. They have a lot of room on the rest of the field. My God. Underwater basket weaving, carrying Troper. They're chilling. They're chilling. They're flexing. All right, Matlock, Terrence, and Shoulda have caught up. Shoulda is in Troper's pod. It would be very funny if somebody... And Matlock goes too far. It's coming down to Troper and Shoulda. Did they both die? Blue Jay goes too far. Troper, slowly, steadily, tortoise-like. I think Shoulda's dead. Or he's confused. Oh my God, it's Troper. It's Troper. And they go back out. But that counts. As long as your name goes green, that counts. Paid actor. Troper, you can't say rigged. We set this up before stream started. Wait. Damn it, I can't even beat Troper at marbles. It is funny that you two were like right next to each other for so long. Oh, Vluran coming in second. So top four, Troper, Vluran, Devin, and Elikman. Army Hitch, I don't know if you lived or not. Legitimately rigged. Loker, genuinely rigged. Let's see where Army Hitch came in. You got 96th Army Hitch. And I got 79th. And we were playing for closest to 79th. So I'm going to call up Elk and we're going to do some deadlock. I was just trying to see if I could rage bait Z one more time. Zalaria, you did. You got 120th. You got 120th. Am I even in there? Yeah, you were 88th. Autism, you were 102nd. You did make it, yes. Yo, boss, any update on those special Patreon tokens? No, I have the logistics ready to go with Nerd Girl. I need to get the art commissioned and made. That's what I am now waiting on, which means I have to talk to AG Gravity has the link up. So really, I have to come to emotional peace with dropping like $6,000 on the art for the first run of tokens. Quick question as I'm new here, how much to get a deck roasted? Couple options. every Sunday we sell commissions that are for either a deck review or a deck roast. The reviews are helpful, the roasts are funny. We also have the option, you can pay me $500 at any time, and if I'm streaming by myself, I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll roast your deck that minute. You can also pay $694.20 for my girlfriend Z-Main character and I to roast your deck concurrently. Other option, we're going to keep doing this. This will hopefully be an every stream thing, where we will, presuming that I do not vamp too long, we will raffle off one free deck. It's not going to be at the end every time. I wanted to do it at the end this time because I wasn't sure that I would get all the other decks done in a tight enough time frame. Now that we did, I'm going to trust myself to do it each time. Boss, I have a bullshit deck lined up now that'll make you mad or something truly hilarious. Your choice. Give me the rage bait. Give me the rage bait, because we have, hold on. Close this. We have a rage bait checklist to compare you against. But before we look at Troper's deck, we're going to do the last two custom cards. So from Helios, we have Nero, Sparta's Legacy. A 4-mana 4/4 with haste. Whenever they attack, you can sack an artifact to draw a card, then transform him if 3 or more artifacts were put into your graveyard from the battlefield this turn. Okay, so it wants you to do treasures. Nero, Devil Trigger. A 5/5 with flying. When he deals combat damage, you may pay XX and sack an artifact. When you do, you draw X cards and Nero deals X damage to any target. Do you really want to do treasure? Wow. I like that enough. I like that enough. But what if we want you to roast us while helping us with the garbage we've put together? That is, you want a review. And the good news, Jersey, those are cheaper. See, we have the roast for $69 and we have the review for $20. Like I say, it's not a live deck roast. I still make fun of you a little bit. The $69 roast, this is like, I want this to be public. I want this to be on the live stream. I want there to be an opportunity for this to be on a long form video on the Maldhound channel. That's what that price tag is for. If you want mostly assistance, you want a review. I forget that it's $69. You are a child, Maldhound. I'm a child who can pay my rent. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Combo, those go live noon on Sunday as well. And if you want work examples, every review, or you have the option to get it posted publicly, or it can be delivered privately to you. Every review that gets posted publicly goes up on Maldhound VODs. So there's like, there's already maybe 15 to 20 that you can look at. So if you're not sure if you want a review, if you're not sure about like what the energy is going to be, watch any of these. And it's going to be like that. Do the free roasts ever get made into a video? That's up to my editor. My editor is the one who decides what decks from a stream make it into the final video. I genuinely thought the VOD channel wasn't you because there's no PFP. Yeah, I do need to make a PFP for it. Cal the Pal, thank you for the Twitch follow. Welcome to the doghouse. All right, Sage Cur. Yuman, Brainwashed Ouroboros, a 6-mana Esper. Way too many fucking words. What? No, way too many fucking words, dog. You know this. You know this. I see way too many instead ofs. I see the font size is too tiny. I see way too many instead ofs. I am vine booming you and I am refunding your fucking points. Get out of here. Get out of here. Bad. Bad. Naughty. Naughty. Zerthroshak, thank you so much. That is so kind. Oh, fucking God. All right, everybody. I need you all to buckle up for Oops All Tarkir. A Tarkir block constructed commander deck that somehow works just enough that I cannot banish it to the barons of bracket 1. It is $119 and it uses Shu Yun, the Silent Tempest. What are your tags? Abelard, copy that. Wow. Oh, you got Tarkir Dragonstorm, didn't you, you little freak? Hell yeah. Clone Legion. Okay, I like that card. How? There's no way this is from Tarkir. Wait, did we break block constructed? Dragonstorm and precons. It's from OG Tarkir? No fuck, but it's Niv Mizzet on this shit. Oh, he's cheating with cards in the commander precon. Okay. I see you. Alright, deal damage, draw cards, copy spells, copy creatures, fucking Narset. Holy shit, we have good cards now. Holy shit, we have good cards now. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Holy fuck, we have good cards now. Oh. This shit about to go crazy. Air fryers, good boy. Blasphemous act, end hostilities. Oh my God, board wipe. Second spell. We have Corey Steelcutter up in this bitch. I wish I remembered. I need anybody who has not seen OG Tarkir to understand that, like, you see how they tagged lose calm good value? You see how they tagged a 4-mana treason effect good value? That was like the median in the previous draft. Like you're looking at the bountiful plains of Corey Steelcutter, Aligned Heart, fucking 4-mana and 5-mana value engines. Yeah, post the original, please. This is the most they fly now I have ever seen on a deck glow up. Oh, Narset's reversal. Oh my God. Oh, Velomachus Lorehold! We got art. Holy shit, Tarkir Dragonstorm saved you. Whenever you cast D's, holy shit, Caldera Pyre. This deck's good now. This deck's good now. That's insane. Oh yeah, Iron Will Forger. Oh my God. Oh my God, I love precons, man. I love precons. Alright, I play a fucking tap land like a king. I play Tygam. I pongify your mana dork just to feel something. Then I ponder my orbs. I ponder my fucking orbs. Get fucking exiled. Look at the top 3. I don't want any of these. Ride down, Brother Bear. Actually, I think I shuffle this. What a fucking pile. Shuffle, draw. Oh, Emeritus. Fuck Shu Yun. I don't even need that guy. I don't even like that guy, man. Alright, I can play Shu Yun. Play like Shiko and Narset. Pray to God I get... we need a land. Right fucking meow, dude. Right fucking meow. I certainly don't want to vanquish... Oh, no white either. Jesus, how did you fuck this up? How did you... I should have known it was still rage bait. Yeah, the Ponder's in exile. I think it has 2 time counters left on it. Alright. No red in this hand. No red in this hand, but I have... We have... Why do we have opt? Why do we have opt in this fucking... Fine, we need card draw. We need card draw. We need card draw. You are not a red source. You are not a red source. Get out of here. How did you do this? How did you do... How did you do... I'm fine. I'm playing Aligned Heart, bro. I don't even care. Jesus. I have to be getting pranked. I have to be getting pranked. I play Shu Yun. It doesn't do any... Why do we have opt prowess triggers according to shoulda? You want to convince me you're a prowess deck with this curve, with this T-Mobile raising the bar ass curve? I added lands? Yeah, you added lands, and it looks like you added about 15 fucking 4-drops, you child. You... Bro got a $100 gift card and tried to lease a Mustang. You are not prowessing shit. You are not prowessing shit, dog. You can't. Alright. Listen, there was a lot of charm in the original Oops All Tarkir, but you gotta listen to me. A prowess deck does not look like this. A prowess deck is like 1-drop, 2-drop, that's it. That's it. Let's look at the original. See, that's a prowess curve. Look at, you're like, look at me. I added lands, which, by the way, you didn't. Here is the land count of the new deck. Here is the land count of the old deck. Here is the mana curve of the old deck. And here is the mana curve of the new deck. That we are playing the exact same number of lands in, you goddamn child. You goddamn child. I thought I added lands. Same land base, same amount of ramp, inverted fucking mana curve, inverted play pattern. Holy shit. You probably, yeah, chat's right. You probably added 3 lands and then you went, holy shit, Caldera Pyremaw. That's so fucking good. Wait a minute. Holy fuck. 3rd Path Iconoclast. That's so fucking good. So I do genuinely believe that this version of the deck could be better. I think, ironically, this $53 pile of shit is better than the new version, because the new version does not have the land base to support what you have done to the mana curve. Like, the new version really wants to, like, curve out, play a value spell. And the old version was like, yeah, 35 lands, who fucking cares? Everything in my deck is 2 mana. Hey, boss, this is exactly what happened. He had 38 and he cut 3 lands. Third eye open. Third eye watching you build irresponsibly. Keep in mind, guys, this deck was running Ugin's Nexus. It was running Altar of the Brood with no... Like, this was built like a draft deck. Shoulda was going like, fuck it, it's playable. And now we somehow have access to Shiko Paragon of the Way, and we're worse off. We are worse off. We've fallen victim to lifestyle inflation. Like, we got a $10,000 raise, and we immediately began spending $2,000 more a month. Oh man, I love not fixing my colors. I love not fixing my colors and staring Lose Calm in the face. Okay, first card I don't like, I'm turning into a land. Yeah, that's fine. Plains, Corey Steelcutter. Land, Commander. Land. Probably Shiko and Narset. Holy God, we have the cuck chair. And this is where we need a land drop. My God, because if we hit a land drop, we get to go Jeskai Charm, Narset's Reversal, and then we don't copy it, so we get to draw a card, and we get to, like, tuck a creature, get this back to hand. Oh my God. Yeah, this is dirt, man. This is just, if this is just a basic land. And we get a Quarry Steel Cutter. So I think you've cooked, and then you forgot to wash the pans. You planned a beautiful dinner, and then you showed up with like 2 inches of tinfoil and a Bic lighter, and you were like, yeah, I can cook on this. It's enough room. Hand me the garlic. Look, our table has enough mana doubling and treasure gifting. It's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it is. It's gonna look like... It's gonna look like I'm renaming a section of the chart, and it's gonna look like you are being placed lovingly yet firmly into the section, but I trust you. You definitely have enough lands. There's definitely enough group hug. You're gonna be totally fine. Shoulda, thank you very much for submitting, and get the fuck out of my house. We're gonna raid out for the day. We will be live again tomorrow, doing custom cards and talking commander bans with 3-3 Elk. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for testing the new giveaway function. I think we're going to keep this going. We are going to hit somebody with a bald Kai. Let's see who's live. Do, 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 do. Okay, I think we're hitting girls play. Hit girls play with the bald Kai. Be kind. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you all for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and please remember to stay toxic. I did not watch the football game Lumberjack Shaggy. I will keep up with any memes that come out of the Super Bowl, though. YouTube, that's just going to be it for us, but thank you very much for being here.